And we back. Welcome to SpitFyre.
Hello.
I'm Robbiey, your Leo.
Zai, your Aries.
Akii the Sag.
And we are back for our season finale.
Woo!
Woo! Happy Pride.
What did he say?
Amen.
Now, if I was gay, I was like, woo, I'm gay. Okay.
I might hang with the gays, but I ain't gay.
Love being an ally.
Yes, so what we're going to do, start off just the same old. How's everybody doing? Let's check in. What's going on?
Yeah.
Good, actually. I am finally on the tail end of a very, very busy last 2 weeks. So
You have been.
I am just thankful that that's over. Happy Pride. Just, ooh, y'all made me. It's a great time.
I got a job.
Ooh, let's celebrate that.
Woo!
Those don't know about
yeah,
that.
so life is on the up and up, but if you sit there and think about life too long, it does get depressing. I'm
clocked in, but I'm clocked out.
Yeah, when I sit there, I could be in the dark. I'm like, wow, we really had to do this for a very long time.
And there might be a missile coming any day.
Sure. I don't even, let it happen.
Yeah.
Not in this city, but
I be feel-
maybe somewhere else. No shade.
What's
No
that meme with that one lady that's like on her bed praying and she's like, Father God.
Oh, yeah. Was that Spider-Man or
Yes, it
something?
was.
Yes.
Boom.
Me, but without
Yeah.
the praying, I'll just be
No, I would be eating on that couch watching a movie. Boom.
It'll just get
No, it's the Jasmine Masters.
What the heck?
What the fuck was that? Everybody around here go to work.
No, seriously.
But yes, it's a constant battle of not being there it is, grateful for the blessings.
Mhm.
Then also, damn, life is life.
Yeah.
Jesus, if it's not one thing, it's another. Every time you turn around, it's boom, okay, boom.
This just in. I'm like, oh my
And life is not fair, and that's exactly how it goes. And the only thing you can do, like
Just
Chippy
die.
says, is
Well.
Eventually.
like Chippy says, just keep swimming.
So sort of
Well, I wasn't going there. But okay.
No, life is cool. Life is cute. I feel like work has started to slow down. We finished our academy and stuff, so that slowed
Okay.
down. We're getting into our more summer stuff. Yeah, I feel like it's been going pretty well. I have sort of been entering an era, I would say personally, of more of a just fuck it era of in terms of I'm starting to care less about other folks' feelings. Because I feel like
Yes.
I'm like, oh, okay, well, let me make sure everybody comfortable. Like, yeah, go ahead, disrespect the fuck out of me as long as you're okay. And I'm starting to be like, no, actually, fuck you.
Yeah.
So yeah, life it's
What'd you
only
say?
up and up.
Fuck you.
No, literally. So yeah, it's going well. And I got back in the gym and I was happy about that.
Amen,
That
amen.
leg day took me out. I was out of the gym for 2 days after that. I said no.
I was just like, there was a hard coming back. Like, did you get that full rebound thing again, or was it fell right back into it?
It was I fell right back into it, but that leg day,
Mhm.
I don't know who the hell I thought I was. I don't know what I thought I was about to do. But literally, as I was leaving the gym, I just was just I don't know. Y'all ever seen that episode of That's So Raven when she be trying to impress that boy, and so she be doing all that healthy stuff, and she be extremely. That was me leaving that gym. I was just saying ow, ow, ow as I was walking, and then I had to walk up them steps to that damn apartment, and I cried.
Oh, them 3 floors. Them 3 floors be taking me out on a regular day.
I was like, whew, whew. But yeah, we back, we here.
We back.
I went to the gym today and I was on a good little workout. I was pumping through it. I lifted something. I think I was doing an over shoulder hammer press where you basically do one of these.
Mhm.
I lifted about this high and I heard a crunch. And I was like, I got to go home. I set it down, literally put my shit back and got in the car.
Mhm.
That's my sign. I don't need to keep going because that will fall off tomorrow.
Be like, live working, child. Get soon, girl. Get soon.
Amen. Also, shout out to our co-host B on the reopening of his plant shop, Yellow Apple. Make sure you guys check that out. It is I don't know the original location. Where is it? Side of town is it on now?
So it is no longer on Parsons. It is on East Main Street.
Okay.
So toward the east side, East Main Street. What is it? 1214 East Main. It's real cute. I got me a cute little plant. I put him on my story. I named him DeAndre. So yeah, it was a cute little Transcantia,
Cultural.
however you say it. But yeah, DeAndre. It was fun. The plants are cute.
Yeah, I'm about to make sure I step in this week. Now that I have a little more time,
I'm going there and grace the presence. I don't do plants, but yes.
You don't like plants? Your house don't got no plants.
No, my house doesn't have much.
You don't want a little plant here, a little plant there,
a little pop of color.
You
don't
want
want maintenance or is it?
Yeah. Well, get you a pothos.
Get you some pothos.
Pothos.
POTHOS. You have to work to kill that practically, and it still will fight against you.
You quite literally. They call it the office plant because it doesn't need much sunlight. It just needs some. All you do, what I do, like you know how I set mine like off to the side where it gets some sun.
Yeah.
Do that and then water it once a week.
And even that, honestly, you can go 2 or 3.
Honestly.
You won't get a lot of growth during those 2 or 3 weeks, but
it might
survive.
droop a little. But when you bring it back, when you water it, it'll pop back up.
I can spray it with some water, or something.
You'll need a little more spray.
Oh, well. And so, are there any goals that you have or that you have accomplished thus far? We are almost in month 7.
I've maintained my sanity. That was something that I was really like.
And let's clap for that.
Yeah. There was a few times I was like, well, y'all gonna see me like Janae in that bank. Be like, what?
My girl.
Oh, that wasn't funny, but it was funny.
I spent this whole morning on TikTok watching straw reactions. Everybody in that scene, just a
my favorite
crying.
My favorite one was that black mom who was
in the bed,
and she pushed herself on.
This is one old lady. She literally found out. She like fell into herself, so she stopped her feet like, "Hey, what is over here?"
It was the white people for me. She was like, "You bitch." And then the old grandma talking about, I hate Tyler Perry. I said, "Girl, say."
Sometimes y'all be right.
I'm not gonna lie. Next to the Family That Prays.
Did I watch that?
Family That Prays is great. I haven't watched Straw yet. Actually,
it took me a minute because before everybody was subscribing, and I was like, that sounds like another trauma repackaged movie. I'm cool. Finally gave in. Again, blubbered the entire time.
I was trying to watch it when my braider was doing my hair. We were trying to watch it, but my Fire Stick was acting up. Like all the pictures kept like skipping or was not playing. So we just listened to music instead.
Watch it as soon as you can.
Yeah.
Watch it as soon as you can.
Okay, Taraji.
Taraji played the hell.
She did.
Out that part, like
she looked tired. She looked stressed.
She did.
I believed it.
What was that meme when it was going back and forth? When somebody keep asking her, calling your name, and she was just like,
"No, literally."
Like every
that picture is taking me out.
Tight.
I felt so bad for her during a robbery. She was just so out of it.
You set this up.
He knows I have a name tag. How does he know you?
Unfortunately, maybe it was trauma packed full of it, yes. Yeah. But for a lot of people, that is reality. That is not trauma. That is their day-to-day. Like
every mother that I've heard
$40.
Every mother that I've heard watched it, like my mom, she said I just related so much because there was times where truly it's like, don't nobody help you. It's just you out there. And I'm like, girl, I bet that is hard.
Like and you literally snap.
Like somebody said, if there's any reason to get direct deposit, let that be the reason.
And then some of these stores don't do that.
They don't
because they're small and they don't care.
Yeah, they're going to give a paper check regardless. So they just don't have the facilities to have an actual payroll department.
McDonald's, you had to do too. Like when I worked at McDonald's, the one that we worked at, you had to do too much to get through. Like I felt like it was too many steps. I was like, girl, just give me this check.
Yeah,
because I don't feel like
Walmart back in the day. I said,
it's okay. I'll take that paper check.
It's too much.
I don't care if it's a personal one. Just go ahead.
It might take 4 days. Hand me the check. I'll go to the bank.
Yeah,
but yeah, for me, what have I accomplished? A job.
Period.
Staying afloat.
Oh, damn,
we love that.
Staying sane.
Yay.
Y'all ignore that. I'm sorry.
Maintaining my weight. That was that. I think that was one of the most pleasing things the first couple of months because I was depressed. And I said, oh, Lord, I'm about to go back to 180. I'm
But
about to be a
God.
pencil. I'm about to be a pencil. But I got on that scale every day. It was above 210. I said, you know what? There we go. We love that. But yeah. And anything that I want to accomplish for the rest of the year, probably just keep swimming, to be honest.
Real.
That's real. Those that I accomplished. Let's see.
Oh, and buy some over the ear something.
Yes, we're gonna
Yes.
get those. What have I
Wait,
accomplished? Oh, go ahead. What happened?
You see, you want to buy?
Studio headphones.
You saying that's a goal of yours?
It's a small goal, but I can do it tonight. But I was like, I said, what has been the hold up?
I was thinking they like, are these like luxury, like $600, $700 headphones?
I wouldn't buy them, the Apple ones.
I want to
yeah.
try the Apple ones, but
Yeah.
one, they look ugly, and
They
two,
are
I don't
ugly.
know if they're worth it. The next studio, like over the thing studio headphones I get, I want them to be of high quality. Like, yes, if somebody is scratching their ass while they're singing on the song, I want to be able to hear it. So yeah.
Did you just swallow?
Yeah.
Your stomach's
Bose is
bubbling.
good, so that's what I
Yeah.
think I'm gonna look at.
My little JBLs don't do me wrong.
JBL is pretty
They're
good.
real cute. I
Bose
used-
and JBL.
Mhm.
Fuck you, Dr. Dre.
You know, Beats, they okay, but they eventually start losing
They
their
fell off,
power.
honestly. Yeah,
They did.
I mean,
Yeah.
and then he was. I would give
In
you
middle school.
one thing: you were smart for selling them to Apple. You were smart for selling it to Apple.
When you
He
did,
did?
you waited
Yeah.
like another month. It'd have been.
Yeah, he sold it to Apple for like $1 billion, $1.5
Before Mr.
billion
Lace movie came
dollars.
out?
Probably after, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
got that money. But yeah, goals for me. I feel like I accomplished enough. Not enough. Well, yeah, no, I accomplished enough.
You
Yeah,
are
give
enough.
yourself credit. Yes.
I, said, hey, these are the things that I want to do. And for the most part, I did them, which is like focusing more on my work. I've started taking a little grant writing course because I always wanted to put that under my belt.
Yeah, that's a cute little
So,
coin. That go-
I'm like, I'd be a grant writer for somebody. So
Yeah.
I started doing that. One of the things that we did, actually, I just did this yesterday at my job. We had a facilitation training about how to like be a facilitator when you're like giving a presentation and things.
Right.
And it was really good. I really enjoyed it. So I was happy I got that training, and I'm like, I can't wait to put this to use. And then a couple personal goals. I got to Grandmaster in Marvel Rivals, so I was happy about that. Next is Eternal. I learned how to roll, so I was happy about that.
I thought you said row. I'm like, you're taking up rowing. That is
Right.
so nice.
No, that's a lot.
Stroke.
I learned how to
Stroke.
roll. And I'm back at the gym. So yay. Love that. Goes for the rest of the year to actually take streaming and stuff seriously. And to hopefully drop 20 pounds by November so that way I can stunt at my friend's wedding. So yeah.
Hello, how you
Alright.
doing?
Love
Gotta do that.
Right.
But that's about it.
Well, let's turn it on the dark side. Any regrets?
I actually do have a couple.
I do have regrets. I made a really silly decision that impacted like a very dear friendship of mine. That I think that the pros by no means outweigh the cons. There was really no pros, and it effectively just not my most shining moment. It's definitely something that I have learned navigation a little bit more in others relationships that I do still have very near and dear. But I would say that's probably one out of and I made so much money this year, and I just did not do what I should have done with it. And I could just be further financially ahead. So those probably be my top big two.
Quitting a job with no backup in this economy. Don't do that, honey. Don't do that.
But you
I've
made
done
it, and
it.
it was
You'll be okay.
You'll be okay, but you will definitely struggle, honey. You will definitely struggle. It'll be times where you
can't get
thinking about
name
moving
brand.
back to Akron. For 5 months. But yeah, that pretty much it. Well, that too, but we're not gonna say it.
I would say financial things for me because there are certain things that I should have done a lot earlier when I had the funds to do it, and I did not do it, and it cost me to miss out on things that I wanted to do.
Baby,
and I'm just like,
That's the worst.
I've really just got to get it together. And the crazy thing is, like, it always happens. Like, even with my bills, like, I'll have the money for them, but I hate to see it leave my account.
Oh, it's the worst. Yeah.
So like, I don't do it. I'm like,
I could pay this whole thing, but I'm gonna just do the minimum that
no,
y'all asking for.
literally every single
Fuck you.
time.
What's the minimum to avoid disconnect? Bet.
Boom.
Like, every single time.
I'll be good.
That was me with my brakes. So I was like, I'm not paying $683 to get my brakes done. End up having to pay $898 when it blew through my damn caliper. So I'm like,
that's adult. Like,
Yeah.
again, everything, always something.
Mm.
And if you don't handle it and be the responsible adult, it's gonna bite you
it
in the
gets
ass.
worse.
It does every time.
You think it's
But then
bad
just
now?
Like, I can't do it right now.
Because now you're like, I really don't have the money. Like,
And it's
No.
like, if I do it, it's like, okay, that's done. But like, now I have another issue of like eating, or this bill now is behind, or this one is like,
Absolutely.
it's literally like throwing the ball from like one area thing, and you really need 3 balls, but you have one, and you just moving it around.
Yes.
Just the cup game, just shift.
literally.
Because a lot of my bills are on like auto come out.
Well, you
And
too
when I didn't
grown
have
for
that job,
me.
I said, whoa. whoa.
Honestly-
Let's stop this.
I always say like the big goal of mine was to be able to make enough money where I could put my bills on auto pay. But
Yeah.
it's getting to a point where I know now there are certain bills I just have to go ahead and put on auto. As much as I don't want to, I'm just gonna have to do it.
So it's left in
My
my
car
hands.
insurance, I'm gonna forget every time.
Yeah.
That's
If God
that's
don't
the
do
main
it,
one.
it's just not going to
It's
get
not.
done.
You're
Hey,
done.
I mean, I cancel my car insurance.
It's
Fuck
not.
that.
And then it's like, oh, well, you had the money in the account. Yeah, but I know
Did
in a
that
week
for you.
this bill is gonna come up, and I need this
This
bill
bill.
because if I don't pay this bill, whoop,
Yeah.
this bill.
Car-
Oh,
Yeah.
be sitting in the dark.
No, literally.
If I can't got TikTok, oh God.
So yeah. Also, I think one last regret I had, there are some people I should have cussed the fuck out immediately, and I didn't. I gave them too much grace. And at that point I was like, next time I'm just gonna cuss you the fuck out. You getting cussed out. Honestly, it's some people that
Because giving you grace served neither one of us.
no,
honestly.
literally.
Yeah.
You just thought, oh, I can still do it. So great. Now I'm just gonna cuss your ass out next time I see you.
I literally tweeted the other day, I'm gonna start adopting my little brother's mentality. Not all the way, but more so like his like, who the okay, yeah.
It's like you need to do like, who
You're
are
like,
you
man,
talking?
yeah, I think
Yeah,
I'm gonna too.
yeah.
You need to. It feel good a little bit, you know. Yeah.
In the spirit of cussing folk out or giving too much grace, how do we feel about Miss Clarissa Shield and Angela Reese? I'm also going to pop a little champagne in commemoration of our last episode while we chit chat through today's topics. But yeah.
Screaming. Not Angela Reese screaming.
Ooh, Angel.
Angel
My bad, baby. That's the brand. This is
Angela
Angela
Bassett.
Prosecco, and I got the 2.
Poop poop.
It was not that bad.
Pop pop.
I wasn't expecting it. I was expecting it, but I didn't. expect
I only
it
said
to.
I was going to
I
do
was
it.
anticipating about it.
I was,
realized it
yeah.
wasn't
Then
gonna
I had
come.
forgot about it because
Yeah.
he was talking. I was focusing. Then I said, "Whoa, boom."
So
But
I
yeah,
would-
Clarissa.
Good.
I mean, first of all, I hate the name,
It's very old.
and
Clarissa explains it all.
there has never been
It's
such a
Q.
there's never been such a moment of pure and utter hate, oration.
She's such a hater.
and I know y'all don't like Remy, but Remy was not wrong
At all.
of what she was doing. People can be confident in their talent and in their
Wait, what was Remy doing?
sport. Clarissa was asleep. Well, apparent. Okay.
Oh, so
Well,
that they weren't separated when that happened?
No.
no. And Remy was just like, "Stop speaking on me. Tell your girl to stop speaking on me." And then Chris was like, again, woo, 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 woo. And then Remy was back, woo, 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 woo. And then she was just like,
I'll fight you. Remy
No,
said,
hey.
well, I'll shoot you. Like, girl, the fuck?
I know I
Remy
gonna
is
win
like,
that.
I would not, I'm not fighting
I
you.
will win that. Bang.
Like, Remy said,
Her or
girl,
Little Kim. Y'all shot, no, what? No.
I am a firm believer in that. Of just like but my bones heal a little bit slower nowadays. Like I'm not getting on the ground with you.
Especially over a man. My God.
come on.
Oof.
I shoot you
Yeah.
both. Cheers.
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 To season 2. Woo.
And into season 3.
Oh, that's delicious.
I try to
But
get
yeah,
some.
I agree. I feel like so Miss Clarissa was upset because Angel Reese won Sportswoman of the Year at the BET Awards. Mm-hmm. And she felt like her accolades were a lot better. So she should have won. That little bubble got you.
It sounded like right here.
So yeah, she felt she should have won, and she did a whole lot and was like, I mean, no hate to Angel. But I think what Clarissa fails to realize is it's not just about the accolades you get, it's about your brand. It's also about how you're received by people.
Who's more marketable?
You have quite literally made a fool out of yourself for the whole year, to the point where your own movie, which was getting rave reviews, and Ryan Destiny was getting rave reviews for her performances, and it was like, oh, Oscar buzz, she can get an Oscar.
I did not know that was about Clarissa.
Yeah. All of that.
Case and Toy.
All of that. And the whole time you are online beefing with Remy Ma over Papoose, which...
Papoose of all people.
Like, what Perry the Platypus, what do you do? Like, I get it. He's an excellent rapper. I give him his 10s.
I'm not gonna lie.
He's a good rapper. Like, when he had that thing, I'm just gonna put a letter and then I'm gonna rap with all these... I said, eat. Him coming up like, I wrote sheet. Like, no one's surprised. We all knew that.
Like, we know.
We been knew that. We knew when Remy tried to do the second disc, and we were like,
my man, my bag, my pack.
No.
What?
But yeah, so she was mad and she didn't understand it. And everybody was just saying, like, girl, your recent antics took away from your current accomplishments, which is why you didn't get it. And like, while you're like talking about, well, I did this, I did that. You fail to realize Angel Reese was in her rookie year and was eating. Like, I mean, hey, she was eating. People can say what they can argue, like, oh, she was padding her stats. She was doing this. She was doing that. She did that. She got the brand deals. She got the podcast. Like, she was the topic.
Yeah.
You are a topic, but for a different reason. There is no reason why you are beefing with Tasiki from Baddies because Tasiki is beating girls up and saying like she's the biggest eater. You're like, well, I can beat you. I would fucking hope so. You're a trained boxer. If Tasiki was like
Beyonce coming up to me and being like, bitch, I sing better than you.
Like,
I would hope so.
Yeah. So like, I don't know. I feel like
it was, to me, it just came off in general, like, I just really don't like a sore loser or somebody that just is not like...
But honestly, it wasn't even her losing. It was out of thin air, everything that she's just... The beef, the Angel Reese, what was that tweet for? Why would you... Yeah. What did you say that for? It was out of nowhere. It's just like, are you
it definitely
miserable?
Somebody
like you're miserable.
And that's literally what I got from it. Is just like, oh, you're a loser. Like, that's just like, it literally was just, there was no need for the comparisons, the like backhanded compliment, the nice nasty. Cause it's like, I don't know. I just really be struggling when people don't take accountability or have self-awareness to recognize like, well, let me, other than my accolades, which again, like we're just going pen, paper, this many, I guess, wins versus da-da-da-da-da. We're just doing that. Sure. You have more.
Technically, yes.
Congratulations.
Happy birthday.
But what did you do last year?
And it's like, there's, like you said, there's so many other layers to it and nuance that as to why Angel rightfully deserved.
Yeah.
I'm going to say not only one, but rightfully so in comparison to you. And better luck next time, if there is a next time.
I mean, if I'm not mistaken, like if Angel wouldn't have won, you still were not winning. Because I'm trying to think of who all was in that category. But baby,
there was a couple contenders that was a
stat category.
Was Coco in there?
I think Coco was in there. I think who?
Simone probably. I'm assuming.
Probably, yeah. Who is the other person?
I don't think
oh
so.
My god,
I didn't hear her name.
Who's the other person? WNBA. Another WNBA girlie. Was it Aja? Or did I make that up?
I think you made that up.
I feel like there was another WNBA girl in there who's been killing it recently, or like was like the MVP or whatever. But like, you didn't win, and that's okay. You win some, you lose some.
Like Ian Levan said, your behavior can diminish the validity of your message.
Exactly.
Whatever you're doing, you must make sure that like when you're, oh, I'm this, oh, I'm that. But your behavior says the complete opposite.
No, literally.
And that's going to have people looking at you like,
you're right, but I'm really not going to agree with you because like,
what's going on?
Because like, again, like even
insert that girl that you hate from your, that spoke to your college that one time.
Oh yeah, Amanda Seals. Can't stand that lady. I will never see it.
That lady sometimes does make a solid point every now and again, but her delivery
I will always give her 10. She knows what she's talking about.
She's very
educated. She gets that shit.
But the behavior,
she's annoying as fuck and she's rude as hell. I do not like that lady.
And if I'm correct, biracial.
She says she's not biracial. She's just from the Caribbean. So I'm like, okay, congratulations. Well. Happy birthday. Ryan Destiny, girl, I'm so sorry. You've done everything you can to put the focus back on that film. And Clarissa has done everything she can to make sure it is not.
And some people can get away with being a demon and their stuff.
You unfortunately cannot.
You're black. You're a woman. That's not gonna work.
A dark-skinned black woman at that too.
Like it's
Patty LaPone can do that. Well, she got her ass.
Even she got her ass handed to her this time.
She got her ass handed to her this time.
She said, "Oh, I'm sorry."
But usually Patty can say whatever she wants, and she just goes there. But unfortunately, as a black woman,
and also Patty has 40, 50 years in the industry.
True. Also, will say until that point, to the Tonys. Fuck y'all for that bullshit. Because you know damn well Nicole Scherzinger ain't deserve that over Audra. That's all I got to say.
If you was going to give a Tony to somebody, it should have been Bette Buckley.
But fucking Nicole, no shade to Nicole.
When she played Norma.
No shade to Nicole. No, actually all shade to that lady. I don't like her. I don't like how she did the other dolls and the Pussycat dolls. And she's a Trumpy.
That last note was flat. I'm sorry, honey.
Who, Nicole?
Yes.
That's not shocking. She normally flat. She a lot of people be like, oh, she was a lead singer for a reason, and I'll give Nicole Scherzinger all her things. She's talented.
Actually, she can't sing. I didn't know that. I did not know that.
She's
just still trying to make us all know that she sings, and that's what she messes up. She's like, look what I can do, and I was like, we know.
And it shows because there's been a couple performances with the Pussycat Dolls where Melody ate her up, and I was just like,
when they locked her in that back room and she came through, she said.
Man,
off key, but she was there.
That
was nasty.
They had one performance of Buttons, where it just it was Melody, Ashley, and Kimberly, and Melody was singing lead, and she was eating, and Nicole came out late. I don't know where she was at, and she ain't know what verse they was on, singing off key, out of breath. Melody ate her up, and I'm like, that's because you're wicked. You see what happens when you're wicked, but yeah,
look at her, she's wicked, kill her.
Speaking of which, I am so excited for the new one.
I still have not seen the first.
You what?
For the new Wicked?
You ain't seen the first one?
I have not seen it. Y'all know I don't do musicals.
It's not. I don't like musicals. I can't stand musicals. I fought not going because I was like, I don't hear them sing to me. It's just the music is really well placed. I don't think it's over excessive to where it's like they did a good breath between the numbers so that it wasn't like it's like okay, little song for me about a minute and a half. 30 minutes of plot, and then they do a thing.
Right. I might.
A good little Disney movie-ish.
We'll see.
It should have its moments.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Audra.
Bow down to the queen.
Audra. When we talk about emoting, when we talk about singing through emotion, when we talk about conveying what the song is,
what the character is.
Rose is literally losing her mind.
Losing her mind. They're like,
and she sounded like it.
Right.
Everything's coming around.
Somebody said they posted a clip of her performing, and somebody said it was at that moment that all the voters knew, oh, we picked the wrong fucking person.
You did.
Like,
you
did.
You did.
But
absolutely. Speaking of singers, what do we think of the whole controversy that everybody always says between Beyonce and Anne-Marie? Am I saying that right?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I have many thoughts about that. I just want to say two things first. First, I was young as hell when one thing came out. And I was watching the music video on 106 in Park. And even I knew my girl was singing off key on the track. No shade, but the song bops. However, someone turned into like, oh, this is why y'all always compare Anne-Marie to Beyonce. Said Anne-Marie should be in Beyonce's spot. And I just want to say that never happened. The only thing folks said was that Beyonce stole that sound. Yeah. But no one ever said that they were comparable or that Anne-Marie was.
No. I've heard the Aaliyah, Beyonce stole Aaliyah's career comments more than that one. And as ludicrous as that is, at least that has a little bit more validity.
Yeah. Like, that has more validity. No one said that. No.
Aaliyah was on note.
No. I mean, but one thing's a hit.
I truly really don't see why they say that though.
That she stole that sound?
Yeah.
I think
the Zydeco like sound was really popular during that time. Well, not
for everybody though.
Actually, no, there was not a lot of songs using that kind of like.
Because
it was very regional at the time.
Because it was Rich Harris and Anne-Marie. They were the duo.
Wasn't they both from DC or something like that?
Yeah. So it was the go-go sound.
Yeah.
So that they were the duo, and that was the sound that Anne-Marie was like messing with or whatever. However, many have argued, yeah, you guys say that, but one thing came out after Crazy in Love. So like, how can you say that? But then they say like how.
You mean before
the demo?
No, one thing came out after Crazy in Love, and then the Beyonce's second album, which is even more kind of like that, like high type of sound, was very similar to One Thing. But I mean, I feel as though that it was, in my opinion, it was never a thing of anybody stealing anyone's sound. It was more of a thing people having similar sounds. Because at that same time, we also got my favorite J-Lo song, "Get Right," which originally was Usher's song.
Who?
Usher's. It was originally Usher's.
I mean, he could have been nasty
on that.
Yeah,
he could have did that.
And the reason why J-Lo got "Get Right" was because they were trying to give One Thing to her, and Anne-Marie said, "Bitch, out." She leaked the shit herself to the radios,
which is brilliant.
Y'all not brilliant. She said, "This is my hit."
I bet the fuck you don't.
So yeah, I mean, and you can even see that. Like I always say, I think the biggest like type of thing you can see when it comes to like having similar sounds, and I always say this: Destiny's Child's "Lose My Breath" and then Black's "I'm Good," both produced by Dark Child. Both have similar sounds.
Because Dark Child did it,
yeah. Both have similar sounds. They also both have similar videos too. Mm-hmm. But I mean,
a lot of them did.
Yeah, and that was the thing. Yeah, you see?
And my thing is, like, if there's a formula that is being utilized and it works,
it's going to work.
Why are y'all mad at people being like, oh,
it worked?
Similar to
that's artistry, though. It all is influenced by each other.
Yeah. Everyone's going to borrow from each other. It's okay.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I just... Anne-Marie, you sounded a hot ass mess on that Tiny Desk.
That was crazy. Honestly, and I don't think it was fully her fault.
Now the
that
Tiny
band sounded a fool.
The band was on. The background singer was sitting there looking like,
whoa. And then you had the band like...
And they was trying to...
What the fuck are y'all listening?
If you ever been behind somebody who's singing and you playing something...
Are you trying to follow?
Yeah, you kind of want to try to follow them so they don't sound as bad. But if they keep jumping from F to B flat to C, now we in. Wait, okay, we trying to transpose it now because you didn't.
And now you're trying to say, so well, maybe y'all, if I hold it this way, they'll find me, and then they don't. So now y'all completely.
And literally, if you playing the piano, if you bang out that melody, you think they're gonna hear it.
Dang.
And you still can't hear. I said, well,
I was screaming.
I'm not changing the note again
because
literally.
Anne-Marie, you did your best.
She did.
You did your best.
Hope so.
The faces of the people who were playing the instrument of the band, they were taken back because you could tell they were like, "What the fuck is this? Like, what are y'all doing?" But I think One Thing is a hard song to sing, in my opinion.
Extremely hard.
How many years is that released in what?
That was like 04, 05.
I was gonna do 07, but 05. 20 years later, are you in the original key?
That is a a song that's in a high key,
pitch,
high energy.
Lots of agilities in it.
Lots of agilities. It's changing very quickly within the measure. You can go from here to here. Here to here.
It is very much like...
And the beat don't help either.
It don't. But it's very much like, what is it? It's very much like Deja Vu.
Yes.
That's what, like, it's very Deja Vu.
Deja Vu. Yeah.
Only certain people are going to be able to do those songs with justice. Beyonce. So, like...
And even she don't always do it in the original key.
You got to keep going. And I'm just like, you have to be a skilled singer or know your pocket and know how to fly around something that you don't know how to do.
Which is why I think
she could honestly sung the harmonized note on that, and it would it just dropped it down.
I will say I think she did much better at her BET
Awards
performance.
Yes,
because she was able to dance and stuff, and she said, "See, this is what I was trying to get y'all to do." Like, and she redeemed herself. I said, "You redeemed yourself." Shout out to Maya too. You did cute too. Although
Maya was cute.
I would have liked. Why I do like Case of the X, I think that's like her biggest solo hit. You should have did My Love Is Like Whoa. So that would have
said the same thing.
That would have been. I'm sorry. That like
if my girl threw on the tap shoes again, I'd have lost it.
You see, like that. Yeah. What I would have, I would even took Best of Me with remix with Jay-Z over Case of the X because like while Case of the X is a hit, that's more of her mainstream pop crossover hit versus your R&B. 106 and Park hit. Yeah. You know, but hey, you know, y'all did good.
She did.
It's
that BET Awards as a whole.
It's not easy.
That BET Awards as a whole, I definitely was one of the better ones they've had in a few years.
It was pretty good. Yeah.
It was reminiscent of like the good old days. Like,
when Monique was up there.
Yeah. Yes. Who was the host this year?
Kevin Hart.
I didn't pay attention.
I didn't watch it.
I mean, I just saw I only knew because there was a clip that went viral of Tisha Campbell and Tashina Arnold roasting them.
Who looked good.
And I said, yeah.
Tisha looked good.
She did. She said she got a mommy makeover.
She did. And she admitted it right off the gate. They were like, she looks so great. Look, she's lost weight. She's like, I didn't even let y'all get too ahead.
One of my favorite colors on.
The red, that red
dark maroon, sexy, seductive little.
They did good.
They used to host. What did they host? Soul Train.
Which they need to bring back. They didn't. They
were
do it
good
last
together.
year.
Her and Tashina.
Yeah, they're excellent.
An award show that y'all need to bring back, and I promise you,
VMA. That's still here.
I promise you, Black Girls Rock, please.
That or Lady of Soul, Soul Train.
Please, Lady of Soul for sure.
Please, just bring that back. It was such a beautiful time.
Yeah, you know,
such a beautiful time.
But yeah, I feel like you said the BET Awards were great. I think they were really good. I think they're finally getting back to how they used to be.
Yeah.
I think the biggest issue that hurt the BET Awards is that in the early years they had a balance. We knew we was gonna get our R&B, we was getting our hip hop, we was getting our rap
and a gospel song.
I was gonna say, I know they had the gospel section.
We was gonna get all of that. And it got to a point where it was extremely hip hop and rap heavy with maybe one or two R&B performances, and that was it.
Yeah.
And I think they also started relying too much on like
big
established and big performers, and they were leaving out so many of the new girls who were coming up. Like
I used to love that, like that beginning stage they would do with like the new artists and things. People would also skip past that part, but
I loved it.
There was so many people I got hip to early on in their careers.
That's how I got Elle Varner. I said, okay, we're here.
Stop the Clock was my hit in college.
Listen,
Ari Lennox.
Yeah.
Yes. I think Durand at one point too.
Yep.
They had so many people who came in through that way. So, and it was crazy because at one point, like they kept regulating like the new acts to the. Well, I won't even say the new acts. They kept regulating the new female acts to the red carpet. There was no reason why it took Victoria Monet as long as it did for her to hit that main stage. That was insane. Like, come on now. Yeah. But I mean, hey, they live and they learn. I think they're finally learning. I would love to see who's going to get the. They did miss one thing though. There was no tribute this year to Angie or to I don't think anyone really. I don't know.
Did he go this year or did he go last year?
I feel like didn't Angie have a tribute at another award show though?
No,
nothing.
Angie ain't, and like because the BET Award would have been the first one. Yeah,
that's raggedy.
So it's kind of like, well,
because I would have loved to see Celine Johnson on there.
Hey,
hello.
I thought you were gonna say Celine Dion. I'm like,
oh no.
Honestly, Celine do eat up cover.
She do love a black song.
You know? I'm saying like because I was looking at it and I just kept thinking of that video from Jamila of her doing her Angie Stone tribute on TikTok. I was like, that would have ate actually.
No, it truly would have.
I could have got and I could have been in the launch of the next season of R&B Divas.
That was such a good
I want that show back so bad.
I'm gonna do something for her that the devil has never done. I'm gonna leave you alone. That is so nasty.
So nasty. But I guess since we're still on like that realm of singers, and we talked about a bit of acting, one of the like singers that we could talk about is Miss Halle Bailey. She's going through it with her baby daddy.
And I hate to see an Aries go through that.
You know.
I don't know what y'all talking about because I refuse to acknowledge that.
So essentially.
It doesn't exist. Fuck you, DDG.
DDG, we knew what was happening. We knew
garbage.
So like, okay, here's my thing with that. I hate that this had to happen to her, but in my opinion, the signs were always there. And I always knew, like similar to Clarissa Shields, with her whole like things like outweighing like you're ruining your movie. There's a reason why Disney pulled that Oscar campaign from Halle and that award season.
They saw the signs early.
They said no.
You content to be stupid?
And it's
not even her. It's just like
it was him.
Again, why are you associating yourself with someone who
a bum
is on paying people's BBLs and doing stupid stuff,
giveaways,
and why would
I
keep it on the low?
I feel for my girl a little bit because again, she does remind me, not that much though. She aspects remind me of like me in my early 20s a bit. Like that very. My girl's a little impulsive and a little hard-headed, and just some of the text messages and some of the text messages that I was reading, I was like, I ain't necessarily threatening to kill myself, but
okay, those text messages were funny to me because
they were a hoot.
I'm gonna tell y'all why. Because he gave those to the judge as to why she's an unfit mother and he should have Halo. And in the text, she was like, I need you to take the baby, and he's refusing to take the baby. I know the judge looked at that shit and was like, well, she was asking you to get the baby, and you wouldn't get the baby, and now you're telling me she's unfit, so who gonna get the baby?
It looked like she want help.
Yeah, like she's asking you for help.
Like, what's going on?
Did you go and get the baby?
Like
you didn't go get the baby, but you just went to TikTok University, or you just paid for somebody's BBL and you can't pay to.
You
pick
fucking
up the child?
love. Like, what's going on?
And don't let the judge be somebody who's like a feminist, or
like now
a
you're
Democrat,
really
or
a fan of
or
Disney.
black.
Like someone said, it is extremely hard to get a child taken away from their mother. It's extremely.
It's
you have
extremely
to be. You have to be an awful mother to get your child
awful mother. Because I've seen it happen. Like it not occur when the dad makes more money when he's like they still be like no.
The last time I seen that happen, honestly, was with goddamn Black China.
Yes,
which is crazy because,
and we know why that probably was.
Yeah, but in essence, saying because Rob had
look at her mother.
Yeah, but y'all think it was crazy that Rob still had to pay her child support even though he had the child the entire time,
and they weren't married. That was the thing too.
That shit was crazy. But do y'all think he's a narcissist, DDG?
Who?
Oh, 100%.
A narcissist?
A lot of his character, like the way that he constantly, every time, like they made a good point. Every time she's about to do something or she has something that is basically putting spotlight or the media back on her attention, here he go with some fuck shit or doing something that I won't say necessarily it's taking the light away from her, but it is an attempt to.
It was.
Or it's an attempt to disparage her character or disparage her abilities as a mother. Or it's just, you got to be careful of people in general that are constantly pushing negativity in your direction when you really should be on the upswing. I think if anything, if they're not giving you like more wind in your sails, and for that person to be the father of your child or somebody that you previously cared about and quote unquote claim to care about you, it kind of gives very telltale signs of somebody that is at maybe not necessarily a narcissist, but extremely manipulative at minimum.
A master manipulator.
Right.
Maybe a little sociopath. Who knows?
Sociopath.
I think he was extremely jealous of her success. I think that is very common in a lot of relationships when someone's partner is jealous of their partner's success and they don't necessarily know how to handle
Especially
it.
men versus women.
Yeah, and I feel like he definitely
and men versus men.
Yeah. When she, what was that? When in the one time she was like, "You have embarrassed." She's like, "You've ruined me. Like you've ruined everything. You have embarrassed me every chance you got." And it was true. Like you said, every time she got something that was huge, that was big, he would do something, and then it would be all about DDG and Hallie. I dead ass think he got you pregnant on purpose, sis. No shade. He did it. He trapped you.
And I don't want to say it like that. Like it's like that was an anchor baby, but wrong terminology. But to some degree, a lot of men
love Halo though.
Huh?
We love Halo though. But
no, Halo. Oh, sweetest little baby.
He do not like that. Dad's friends and all that other stuff. I love it.
But the baby just don't want to be around all that shit. Like he's he overstimulated. Like people.
He love a side eye.
Hello.
He love.
Give me a high five, Halo.
My favorite is when every time DDG talk to him, he be doing. He like, do my breath stink? Like, yeah, actually it does.
Actually, truly.
You are killing your baby. His eyes are burning.
Didn't someone call him Musty on that little TikTok academy?
No, that was Deshae. The one, I don't know if y'all remember him. He used to be with the Kayla Nicole girl.
Yeah.
Kayla Nicole.
You remember Kayla Nicole? She was the funny.
She's so
skinny. She was hilarious.
God.
I loved her.
I need her to come back to YouTube. I used to literally watch her videos.
She was hilarious. Yeah, no.
And it wasn't even trying. It was just like
she reminds me of there's that new chocolate girl. She on TikTok more. I think I'd have sent you a couple of her TikToks where she be ragging people up.
Ragging people up.
Or just basically
roasting?
Like, yeah, pretty much.
Oh, I've never heard of that one.
I think I might have made that up just now.
Oh, I was say that sounds old maiden terms, like ragging people up. Ragging people up.
She reminds me of her, and I would literally be tickled at her rants, but she's just like, I'll say y'all what afterwards.
You said my cat?
Nah, not Cat.
I love her.
I love Michelle.
That's all
you
the
know what I
voice.
mean?
Like,
She's
you know what I
like-
mean?
Yeah.
I
I love
who's
you
going
put
to-
both of those donuts on that plate.
I'm just greedy.
I love Michelle. That's my girl.
Who was that?
Michelle, the one who be like, I'm a dying breed. You ever seen her? She always do the things like the one friend that's too woke, or that one friend that be like, oh yeah, I'm a problem.
Yeah,
she's funny to me.
Oh yeah,
because
she is
some
a
of,
hoot. Yeah, she's a hoot.
because some of the things I've heard people say this shit
No,
too.
literally.
Like that's crazy.
Mine's a wonder girl talking about like the Brazilian Jenkins are on drugs. You don't enjoy being in a household or a situation like that unless you're high. You're high all the time. If you could live like that.
It's the one that fears no social anxiety, Ariana, where she be just walking in New York, just walking up to people or in like a building, don't care what nobody. Now what you doing down here? I said,
She was talking about
"Oh,
strangers
you not
like
scared?"
that?
Yes, I said, oh, you're not scared. She'll walk in somebody's car door. What you ordering? What you delivering? To where you going to? I said, woof. She ain't scared of nothing. That's New York for you though.
Hey, you need.
That's why I don't like going there.
New York is it's a different type of
You have to be prepared for New York.
You do. I love it.
100%.
That's why I love it so much.
If you are used to like small cities and you go to
I'm
New
just
York,
not used to how forward they are. Like
forward,
I
and,
love it.
and direct. I'm
and
like,
it's not.
I mean, we kinda keep
rude, but it's just.
it's not rude.
Can you move?
Well, I guess I can.
Hold on now.
Hold on. It was actually funny because anytime I go in New York, my friends are always like, "You're being too nice. You're being too nice." Because like, we were at the movie and I had went past, I was like, "Excuse me," and they were like, "You don't have to say excuse me." I'm like, "Yes, I do." Like,
Yes.
"Oh, y'all are too nice."
I mean, I guess I
nice.
don't have to, but
I was
why
like-
not?
I was like, that's low-key what pisses me off about New Yorkers because they feel like being rude is in their personality, so they don't have to have manners or anything. And they're like, "Oh, that's slave mentality." It's like, no, bitch, it's called being a decent human being.
Slave mentality is crazy.
Literally, they're like, "Oh, y'all don't do it because that's what the wife." I'm like, "No,
You're saying
baby."
thank you because of massa.
I'm like, okay, so next time I walk past you and I step on your foot and break your toe, I won't say sorry or excuse me or anything. I'll just keep going, and you be like, okay, right? Because it's New York, right?
No.
Now you want to say you're sorry?
That's the hit.
Did you want some more, Akii?
Oh no, I'm okay. Thank you. But yeah, hate that happened to you, Hallie.
But in the spirit of holding my girl accountable, I do feel like, again,
there were signs.
There were signs, there were alerts, there were
It's not that
multiple and again, I'm not a celebrity, can't say how I'd respond, but you saw them comments, people telling you being dumb or like the situation thing. And there's a point of like, as a celebrity, I know you're not supposed to look at the comments because like, you know, they could be praising you, they could also be trying to tear you down. So you may just be impartial, not look at anything. But you trying to tell me Chloe ain't say nothing either. Chloe ain't tell you like, hey babe.
What's that clip they had of them on live or something? If like, you know, they be on live and they be answering fans questions. And it was like, my friend is with somebody who like does not pay for something or thing like that or has no money. And Chloe was like, oh, well, dealing with a man who ain't got no money and can't pay for nothing. Wow, this is a very important topic right now, huh? And Hallie just looking at her like, bitch. Like, you know, Chloe was like, girl, no, he's not the one. But she been busy with Burna Boy. Are they still together?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I
That
think
was
that's
an
just-
odd thing when I first saw it. I said, what is this?
Why does she
What?
keep them sunglasses on?
Keep them sunglasses on right up under his armpit. Like,
And I know, I think I had to keep reminding myself that lady is 27 or
Oh, Chloe?
Chloe. Like she's
Cheers?
like
There-
25,
no.
26.
Maybe like, I was thinking like maybe 24, 25, 26.
That's what I
She's
thought.
older than that. Because I know that
I don't
Hallie is 22, 23.
I think they're like a year apart, right? A year or
I
two.
know like me and my sisters, and we're like a year and a half, year or two.
Oh, she's 26.
Oh shit! Okay,
Okay, I was like-
yeah.
So when I started with Burna Boy, to me, Burna Boy, and that man reminded me of like uncles and daddies. Like I thought that man was in his 40s, if not very late 30s. So to me, I still just be like, she's just a baby. Why is she with that old ass man? But
How old
she's-
is he?
He's got to be at least like 34, 32, 34. It's really not that big of an age gap, but it just makes, I don't know, I'd be uncomfortable.
I will
33.
Yeah,
Oh, he's really not that far off.
I will just say, like, in terms of like
Yeah.
Chloe and Hallie, I do love them.
That's
I
what I
do
said.
find them very funny. I think they're very talented. I like their music. However, I always say they are from Atlanta. they are birds. And it has been known, like, no shade. Because, like, Halle has always let it been known she like hood niggas. Like, she like hood niggas.
Yeah.
She like...
Which is crazy because you're like DDG.
And everybody said... I always said... Y'all were always trying to turn Chloe into who Halle actually was.
Actually is.
Halle's like, oh... Like, I think Ruby Rose even said, she's like, you ain't got the nice, calm girl.
No,
girl, baby. You think she's nice and calm because of her like demeanor? I think it also goes into like how her body is set versus how Chloe's body looks.
They expected like her to be more bodacious. It kind of honestly is like you, Akita, where it's just like y'all be thinking somebody is soft spoken, that they're soft, and that's two different things.
No, it's not. It like the
volume of that voice and the volume of that character are two different.
It's soft spoken for a reason. Because if I have to get loud, I can do it. I could do it. It kind of shock a lot of people when I do it, but I try to make sure I don't.
Saying about 1.5 times, I'm like,
they are very funny though.
Yeah,
that's why I do love them, and I need them to make a joint album just one more time, please.
I think that's still gonna work. They will.
I think they've always been together. I just think it truly was Halle had got Ariel. Chloe was like, girl, what the fuck I'm gonna do? Like,
true.
I really wish.
Which is why I hated that people were saying like she's going solo. I'm like, she ain't got a movie there right now. Like,
I think
both of them got to work.
I wish how they had really worked it. If, in my opinion, I really wish they had allowed it to be like, even though Halle is Ariel and everything, they should have let them do like 2 or 3 songs for the Ariel soundtrack. I feel like that would have been very smart.
Or have her in the
we even have
movie
like the harmony
as a sister.
or like hey, that would have been real smart.
I mean, they did have another Black Mermaid, and that girl was gorgeous.
She was.
Where you at, girl? Where you go?
I don't know where.
You were gorgeous. Come back.
It was a couple people in that movie who would literally make TikToks and be like, going to my serving job after this movie. I said, damn, you must have got paid pennies.
Literally.
But hey, it is what it is.
Like Taraji said, I make this much. I gotta pay my manager. I gotta pay my publicist. I gotta pay these folks. Boo. I'm also in this type of tax bracket with this money.
So the taxes are here. And then again, I gotta pay all these people from what has already had taxes taken out. Not from gross, from net.
Like... Literally, like, so it was quite literally insane.
Let me hear you, Nay. How about that?
And speaking of working for pennies or, being poor, that big, beautiful bill, how is that going to impact us? Not us, I'm not with you. With y'all, with them, with it. I don't know.
It's going to be us.
It's going to be everybody. Anybody that makes less than $1 million.
We're fucked.
6 ways to Sunday. Like,
and I don't think enough people... what did James Baldwin say? To be a conscious...
To basically be a educated, conscious Black man is to be constantly enraged.
America is just to literally always...
be mad.
You can't... Yeah. Well, you can, because a lot of people do, ignore the news and ignore what's going on.
Ignorance is bliss.
But if it is... But I'm sitting here like reading this stuff, watching the hearings, watching all this stuff, watching the votes, watching this... watching what the Republicans are saying, the Democrats are saying, reading stuff, and I'm sitting here like, oh my God. Like,
it's actually exhausting to educate yourself.
Can we be serious for 1 second and just riot? Like, that's the only thing that's going to save us right now.
All because people, 1, don't read, and 2, people lack media literacy.
Absolutely.
And y'all have been easily swayed by propaganda, by the not only misinformation and disinformation that has been put out, because a lot of people confuse the two. They are 2 different things. If I'm not mistaken, what is it? Is disinformation the one when it's just information that is like purposely put out to mislead you? Like, the information is somewhat correct, but it is purposely put out to mislead you in a way where
the viewpoint is like swayed.
Yeah, it's swayed, it's skewed. They're not telling you the whole story. Whereas misinformation, if I'm not mistaken, I think that's just the one where it's like, that's just a complete lie.
Yeah. The sky's green. It's like, that's literally not true.
But like, I just think that we have to battle. First, we have to fight that. And then you have the fact that people are so blindly, like, call it what it is. The maggots are a cult. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. Y'all are a cult, and y'all are basically the Nazis.
Maggots?
The maggots. That's what they are. Like, they're Nazis as well. And like, we are quite literally seeing in real time how certain things that were like, for the life of me, I could never understand when I was like in school, like, how did they let this shit happen? Like, what was going on? But like, I'm like, that could never happen today. But I'm like, I see how it happens because y'all are dumb as fuck and y'all gonna believe whatever y'all want to believe.
And it happens one step at a time. Like, that's my biggest issue with people making it seem like, oh, it's either not that bad or it hasn't gotten that worse. And I'm like, but it's getting worse. Like these baby steps, we will be at a mile eventually. Like we're headed there. So for a few of the things that are like within the big beautiful bill that effectively are like some key points of it, which we're kind of going to discuss as far as like how we think that that's going to impact things. So there will be basically tax cuts and a lot of like Trump's tax law. He's basically continuing, which while it does from the outside end, again, like you were talking about, I forgot that word, the disinformation. It's being positioned as though that these tax cuts is like, hey, we're still not charging you guys as much taxes. You're not paying as much taxes. More money for you. Does not mean more money in the federal budget to do the things that we need the federal budget to do. So continued years of us not paying these taxes that we kind of need to be paying is going to ultimately impact the money that the government has in these resources. So along with that, while they're not collecting as money from the taxpayers, there's also been a 50 billion increase for border barriers, 45 billion increase budget bill for detention centers for the immigration and getting people deported, and 150 billion increase in military spending, Medicaid and welfare deeper stipulations, basically causing for more people to be pushed off Medicaid, less people to qualify for some of these programs, meaning less money is having to be paid out to these individuals, cuts to clean energy incentives. So if you get a Tesla or any car that's better for the environment or recycling or any of these solar panels on your home, you're not going to get as much money back, if any, on these things, because he's de-incentivizing even you taking those steps to have a cleaner environment, because he's also dismantling the EPA. And this one, as far as like, while it's not directly monetarily impactful, taking away the option for like IRS free filing, your ability to just file your taxes free and clear as the way that they intended, without you having to pay additional penalties and fees for the filing process, and also expands private school voucher programs, which, while that does sound like a good thing, allowing more people to have access to private education 9 times out of 10 is usually Christian or indoctrinated by a certain ideals. And they have a little bit less stipulations, since they're not federally funded, as to what that curriculum can teach the children within there. So those are some of our main key points. Do you guys have anything on those that you think is important for?
I think the education piece is extremely important, because like a lot of people see the vouchers and they're like, oh, but that's a good thing because now my child might have a chance to go here. But like, okay, cool. Even if your child has a chance to go there, even there's a chance that they won't be able to. And I don't think people realize that also pulls from the public education fund. Our public education is in trouble, and no one necessarily realizes that.
Been in trouble.
It's honestly been in trouble. So it's like, it's a clear attack on public education. And not only do you have to worry about like the defunding of it, but then our public schools have to follow strict, rigorous rules regarding their content now, especially like, again, they now have to teach that, that there were good slave owners and that, slavery wasn't as bad. Oh, Martin Luther King, he was not assassinated by white people. Like, they have to create all those things. And they're like, they're essentially, like you said, we've always said they are intentionally dumbing down Americans so that they can continue to pass bills and shit like this. And the reason why this bill has got this far and things like this have gotten this far is because they've been dumbing us down for a moment. A lot of y'all did not pay attention in y'all civics classes. Y'all didn't pay attention to government. A lot of you hoes can't name 3 branches of the government. Hell, y'all don't even know what goes on.
And if you can, you don't know what they do.
Like,
at all.
So
you think because you watched Scandal, you know what the fuck going on.
Like,
and poor people as a whole, or less educated people, end up becoming poorer, just simply the fact where it's like, if you're not educated, you're not getting a college degree, you're not able to command a higher wage. With that, also, with you being poor, you're probably less likely to be going to your local council meetings, educating yourself on what's going on with laws, if you're focused on surviving, eating, putting a roof over your head. You ain't got time to worry about like who's paying this, who's paying that, when you're worried about who's paying the rent.
Exactly. It's all connected and nobody realizes
this shit is in different areas.
Literally, the detention centers.
Sorry.
When it comes to the detention centers, to the Ohio fucking the Congress members and senators were in Ohio, specifically the black ones. So
Betty.
Emilia Sykes, Joyce Beatty. There's another one too. Y'all signing that letter along with Republicans thanking Trump or commending them for like how they're handling the deportation. Fuck y'all and dead ass.
We really just got to whoop all their asses.
And it's honestly crazy that I have to say this because like no shade, some of these people that I kind of be in circles with, I see. Yeah. Fuck y'all, like dead ass. Fuck y'all because like y'all are willing participants within this at this point. Y'all are not fighting back like y'all need to be, and I get a lot of things you can't do because you have to go through the courts.
Right.
But just because you gotta go to the courts don't mean you gotta sign shit. They be like, "Oh, thank you guys so much." Like,
I am disappointed in Amelia.
Yeah,
that disappointed me. Like, I was like, "What are you doing?" Yeah,
yes,
that disappointed me so much because I'm like, "Girl, I like you. What the fuck are you doing?" She's from Akron. Yeah, she's Akron.
Yeah. That's why she was running her campaign down there. That's why I know. But I'm just like,
that's disappointing.
When I saw you, when you told me that, I said,
I saw that. I said. The truth. like, girl, no.
You did not just do that.
You did not have to do that.
And see, this is again the reason why I am so anti
professionalism.
I'm just so anti against it because it always comes down to proximity to whiteness. Let me be likable and palatable for you. And I'm sitting here like, I'm not signing this. Matter of fact, I'm gonna stand on the what is it called? The State House stairs and talk to the thing and literally roast y'all. I'm going to talk so much shit. Like
literally. Or, y'all putting this out? Great. Let me craft a letter that says how we condemn this and how this is inhumane and this is nothing. But like, again, even like, in no shade, even us calling them detention centers, baby, these are concentration camps. Baby. These are the same, like, just like when y'all were calling it the Japanese internment camps, baby, concentration camp. These are concentration camps.
The Native American reindoctrination camps.
Like...
My father works for ICE and he's just trying to make fuck your
father. Fuck
literally.
ICE.
I'm sorry.
Dead ass.
I just like y'all think I give a damn that your daddy a police officer. I don't.
I don't.
I
quite
don't.
Literally, I would not give him the sweat off my asshole.
As somebody
I wouldn't. Nigga could be burning, dying of thirst. All he need is that, and I would not give it to him.
Literally, as somebody who was almost going to be a police officer and then clicked like morally, I cannot do this.
That's the thing. That's like, why don't your daddy got morals?
Like, why that's what it's supposed to be?
Because
you think I'm gonna arrest a homeless person for sleeping on a grate in the middle of the winter?
And it's like, even if you weren't directly impacted, like, I would like to believe if you're at least slightly connected to those around you, you don't got no cousin that got a DUI or might have a warrant or for legitimate reasons. Like different things like that. Like, think of the greater aspect of just the fact of like, oh, I need a check to take care of my family. Again, and this is a weird.
They do pay you well, though. I'm not gonna lie.
They pay, but even now, but no shade. Like, not enough to, I think, to all the different stuff they have to deal with at this point. Like,
they get paid a lot. I would say,
like easy six figures.
Like they like
ops.
Yes, like they like I would say. I think the Columbus police are starting out at like 69,000-70,000 a year.
Oh, okay.
And then at night you stand outside a town hall.
Yeah,
and
that's like they literally. So many cops get like six figures because they do overtime, which is them skating at town hall, going here, going there. Like, but yeah, like that's how they really be getting their money. And
that's the only one thing that I'm like.
And then also civil forfeiture. Let's not forget about that.
And it's just very it's sad to see. It's sad to witness, and I just have to say that.
I'm just to make one point because I'm curious of Robbie's viewpoint of this because I used to be very much just like I don't want to see no black person with a badge. Like, I just like y'all should not be taking those jobs. But then I'm also just like, shit. Like, I also don't like. We're not gonna be able to impact change in these spaces if we're not in these spaces. So I'm like, where do you guys like?
You're not doing it even if we are in the spaces.
I'm saying like there's not a lot we can do because we're still the minority regardless if we get in there.
It's kind of like,
but the minority is better than zero.
It's kind of like I would say,
it's not actually.
And the reason why I say it's kind of it because like for instance, the chief of police in Columbus is a black woman. I can't stand her. She completely failed. She fails to reach the bar every time. The bar is quite literally in hell, and she's still below it. I don't understand.
Proximity to whiteness.
It really is, and it's like
not rocking the boat.
And it's constant. It's just like it's constant things that we see like you've grown up in these neighborhoods. That's why they always say like, and I'm a firm believer, if you want to be a police officer, you want to be a Columbus police officer, great. You need to live in Columbus. You need to live in Columbus, not Bexley, not
Reynoldsburg, Westerville, Hannah.
No, you need to be in the city of Columbus.
You need to see firsthand. You need to have that connection with the individuals of the community that you're policing, and that's how it used to be. Like, people used to be cool with certain police officers because that was
absolutely. That's why I wanted to be cool. They was cool.
That was Officer Dan that might give you a little trouble because you was smoking in the parking lot with your kids. Like little shit. Like cops used to literally
or the
like
school resource officer.
Because like at the end of the day, and they always say you're less likely to shoot somebody that lives. You're less likely to shoot a child that's your neighbor down the street from you.
At least in the neighborhood,
looks like your neighbor. You're less likely to do that. Who looks like he like no shade, which is why like when there are like and again. Though granted, you know, again, proximity to whiteness and all of that, but when you do have police officers who live in Dublin or live in Westerville and there are police officers in Dublin or Westerville, why do you think that, like, you know,
they don't have that compassion? Because for them, they can create havoc or do these terrible things in this community and literally go back to their suburbia and be completely unimpacted.
Unimpacted versus if they were having to live within it, you're going to have to answer to that.
You're going to have to hear the mother cry out about this child that's been lost or see it in your local news or see the families that are doing the memorial, like those.
But a lot of them doesn't matter because it's desensitized.
True. There's a lot of desensitized. Yes. A lot of people end up becoming really numb to those situations, and I feel like again, it's a twofold street. There's a certain level of numbness that I think is just normal to develop when you're constantly dealing with like death and murder and crime. And honestly, cops get to see the worst aspects of society of people. So I can, again, putting my hypothetically in those shoes, I too probably will become jaded in certain aspects if I'm like, you know, day in and day out, have in the grand scheme of things. It's like for every person that's in the situation that I can put in the context, okay, they're only stealing or doing this because, you know, they can't eat or they can't do something like that you do have this, the random aggressive one that's also trying to like hurt you or thing because that's just the way that they are.
Okay, so yes, this is
like my brother, a criminal. And I
like that, it's okay, but
it's no redeeming qualities in anything he's done. He should have been arrested every single time.
Also, if you are putting yourself in, yes, cops do see the worst of the worst all the time. So do nurses.
Okay.
So do social workers, especially ones who work in like foster care, that type of thing. Paramedics, sometimes firefighters. You don't see them bitches going around just like wreaking hell and havoc on people every day.
True, and I would say
yes and no.
Well, okay. So
we also think
malpractice, boom, that type of thing.
I feel like we know social workers that sometimes should be a little bit more cognizant of certain family situations.
That one SVU episode,
and then they're like, nope, CPS, get them, and it's like, okay, that lady lost her job last week, and now you're calling people like, don't do that. Or the paramedics that aren't delivering care a certain way because they're just like, this is the third time I've had to resuscitate this person.
Yeah.
Maybe I will try some
OD. Yeah.
Which I get, but it's sort of like.
The cops are just worse.
But I think the issue was like that, like what we're saying, like when it comes to those situations, there's accountability there. Once they get in trouble, once they find out that something happened, once they get in trouble, they get fired. They get sued. They go to jail. Off. Like there are consequences there. Whereas with cops, thanks to the fucking FOP and qualified immunity, like they are able to hip and hop their way with like everything every single time. And you'd be like, well, goddamn, like, why am I following the rules if they don't have to? Hello? Because like, I'm tired.
And it's like, what's that case currently going on where like quite literally cops might be trying to get away with murder?
Oh, Miss Karen Reed. So if y'all don't know, I hope y'all know. But I do want to say one thing really quickly. I do not give a fuck if somebody is here illegally, legally, permanent status, non-permanent status. I don't give a fuck. They're getting our benefits. I don't give a fuck.
I'm here legal.
And they're not actually.
I'm here legal, and I swear to God, I sometimes rather not be. Like, if someone in the mail was to say like, hey, look, you can denounce your citizenship. You got to go to one of these countries. It's of an equal...
Bye.
Bag packed. Like this, like I do not.
You gotta go back. You gotta go to Canada. Okay, here I go.
Oh, damn.
And I mean, are they a trip too? Yeah, but shit, I'll go there over here.
Switzerland, like I'll go to a few spots over here.
Take me to Sweden, please, or Switzerland.
Which is what my whole thing is just like. I think people fail to realize that. I think life sucks currently in America. As a privileged American that has always grown up with these structural aspects that we have to society that has afforded me, for the most part, a pretty cushy life in the grand scheme of things. If I was from Venezuela, like when I think about those people that are just like, get those immigrants out of here, or they're coming to baby, do you know how bad it would have to get here for me to be like, fuck it, I'm gonna walk on foot out this bitch and hop a wall with my family, and baby, no food, don't know, literally just following the Eastern Star in this direction, because anything back here is worse.
Look like, to the Western.
Okay. They were quite literally swimming to fucking America.
And you talking about like, they want our jobs. Give it to them.
Like, shit, y'all don't want them, clearly.
And a lot of the jobs that they
just want to be here. And like, that's why they will pick an avocado for 32 cents an hour. Like, it's because it's literally,
and they will do it all day.
Because it's better than walking out your home and being macheted to death.
Literally.
And with the big beautiful bill, as somebody who works with insurance now, the Medicare, Medicaid, woo! You thought it was hard to already try to get people verified for surgeries that they desperately need to keep them alive and this type of medication, whatever the case may be. Now,
I call Luigi.
And y'all forget, doctors don't have to take certain things. He's taking out less stipulations that's making them to where like a doctor will just be like, no, I'm sorry, we only accept private insurance at this location.
Yeah.
Which would then give you less options to get these surgery things. So it's like, okay, let's say that I do find somebody that can do my surgery. Now I gotta wait 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 months before my appointment comes because they're so fucking booked up because they're the only doctor in a 7-mile radius that takes Medicaid.
And the crazy thing is that's happening now.
Or who does this type of surgery.
Literally.
Who does that surgery.
And then don't let them be evil dickheads.
Can you imagine the only surgeon that can do the thing also is like racist?
Hello. And then they're like, well, I don't need to use this machine, but it's going to charge you $20,000 more, so let me use this machine. And then, okay, now your copay is $10,000.
Right.
So
because Medicaid,
you can set up your first payment next week. What's going on?
And a lot of these insurance companies, like, there are stipulations. Like, I remember when I was working for Aetna, to where it's like, okay, let's say this patient has been on this medication for X, Y, and Z long. It works well. They're having good response to it. Blink of an eye, the insurance will be like, actually, we're only going to cover the generic brand of this. Now, the patient literally something like, yeah, I tried that before. I was getting headaches or bleeding or this or this. They're like, okay, well, if you want this medication, we're going to first need you to go through this many hoops and pre-authorization and this. And if we do cover it, because it is more expensive, we'll actually cover less than what we're currently paying for the generic one to further inconvenience you. And now you have more. And at that point, you're quite literally making people choose between, do I choose having the medication at all or dying?
Evil.
That's wicked. That's literally wicked. And it's a direct pointedness towards the poor. We're getting outside of our topic on the continue Akii on
but no, it's all of it's tea, and it all does kind of fall back to my good sis Karen Reed. So if y'all don't know, Karen Reed is currently on trial for the murder of a police officer. I forget that man's name. He's not
her boyfriend, correct?
Her boyfriend.
Scott.
So essentially, they met, fell in love. Cool. Well, I ain't gonna say fell in love, but they had typical relationship problems.
Yeah.
On a night, they were drinking or whatever, and then they were supposed to go to a friend's house.
Right.
Karen, they drove wherever they were at. I think they're like in Boston or whatever. One of their suburbs or whatever. And she drove to the friend's house, and he goes, "Okay, I'm gonna go in and make sure see who's all over, and I'll let you know when to come in." She goes, "Okay, cool." He goes in. She's sitting in the car. She texts, "Hey, like, is it cool for me to come in yet?" Says nothing. They have already been having relationship problems. So what did she do? She drove her ass home, and she left a voicemail like, "I'm so fucking tired of you. You've not shit. I hate you. Like, we're fucking done," essentially.
Right.
And so then she is texting on. She's like, "Okay, I still ain't heard from this man. What the hell?"
Because she cares about him, and she's still getting worried.
Yeah. So she came back, and she's like, she called like a couple of his friends. She called a couple of, she's like, "I can't find him." And then they found him. He was on the side. He was like found in the yard, face down
in
and
snow or something.
Snow, yeah. Cool. They called the ambulance. All that shit happens. Fun times. So not fun times, but So all that happens, and the friends who were meeting were other officers, friends of officers. These are all people within, like, I guess they all work in the same department or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. They call the police. They're trying to figure out what's going on. And she's like, is he freeze to death? What's going on? Yada, yada, yada. They look at his injuries and are like, oh, these injuries are consistent with being run over by a car. So that automatically, they say it's her. They say she backed into him or whatever. Lo and behold, a lot of shit came out. The first trial, when the first trial happened, they were trying to say it was her, that she did it, and that's how they presented it. Like, oh, she was upset, so she hit him, ran him over, then drove home, and then she panicked and she came back, and he died of cold in the snow, yada yada yada. Mm-hmm. But through all the examinations, the defense was like, hold on, something is missing here.
And that's why they had the original mistrial, correct?
Yeah, because in the original mistrial, because the defense case was kind of strong, they was like, no. She didn't kill him. However, it's looking like the folks in the house did.
Yeah.
Because the injuries that he got, they said were consistent with being hit by a car. They brought tons of specialists and they said, no. This man has been bit by a dog. This is consistent with dog bites. This is not. Who said this was consistent with being hit by a car?
The medical examiner tore that man up.
Told her no. Like this. What are y'all talking about?
Yeah, because he didn't have the bites. So I thought it was just the bites on his arm. Was it their extensive bites throughout, overall? Or
I honestly, I felt there was some on his arm. It might have been maybe one on the side or something. Mm-hmm. But the bruising and everything, they were like, this is not consistent with being hit by a car. Essentially. Right. Not only that, but then you find out other things were apparently, and this one girl she honestly threw the case, Akii, for the prosecution. Right. When she was basically saying I didn't testify the first time, but I am testifying now because I have to. Because if I don't, she essentially said, if I don't testify against them, I'm losing my job. Because it had been known that when she did testify the first time, she got a beautiful promotion. Got a raise, all that, new department. Yeah. Not only that, one of the people who were in the house at the time, they find on their phone where it says, she Googled, how long does it take for somebody to freeze to death?
Yep.
And she was trying to say, oh no, what actually happened was I had Googled something with my daughter earlier. And so when I went back to it, I just typed it in again. And they were trying to say with the metadata and everything, that's why it says that time or whatever. Because when she Googled it, the time showed that she Googled that at 2 a.m. or something like that. Or 11, it was something super late or whatever around the time where it happened. And they were like, no, something's not right. But essentially now they have noticed there's a level of corruption within this case. It is clearly they're trying to paint this lady out to be a victim. Yeah. Mistrial. But one of the things they did that she found out is the guy testified that when he first went into a garage, or was it the girl? When they first went to the garage, the car was fine. Yet when 2 people and then 2 other people who were involved in everything went in there, when they came out, all of a sudden the tail light of the car was broken, as if to make it seem like, oh, she had hit him with the car.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And they're like, this doesn't make no sense. And the guy was like, oh, I can't remember if it was. They're like, oh, you can't remember because you said on this day it was not broken. Fine. You were fine. It's just a certain level of corruption, and you could tell that it is basically the group of good old boys just trying to protect their own. I don't know what the beef was. I don't know why they killed that man, but it is clear as day that those police officers and the folks in that house, y'all killed that man, and they are trying to, they are trying to frame Karen because, is my girl a little cuckoo? Yes. Hey, I think the one when she was getting arrested, she was like, she was getting arrested at one point for the murder, and my girl was like, can I at least go change? Because I don't want to be on the news in my pajamas, y'all. Come on. And they were like, oh, why is she worried about being on TV and this and that?
Obviously, excuse me. This want to be a case of the century, girl. I look cute.
No. And you can tell she is probably that type of person. If you date,
and honestly, if you've never had those situations occur to you, that would borderline. In my very brief period of thing, I definitely was just like, well, can I change my underwear? You don't know what's allowed.
You're not gonna wear underwear there.
But yeah, so they are just conspiring against her. I think her defense has done an amazing job of literally showing that, hey, even if y'all saying they weren't the ones that killed him, We all know it wasn't her ass.
Yeah, you're just
it was not her.
Is it a jury trial or a bench? Is it a jury trial or a bench?
Yeah.
Jury,
Okay.
yeah.
And all they have to do is plant a doubt of seed.
They do, but the thing is, it's not. But the thing is, this is where it gets tricky because even the judge that's presiding over the case, she does not need to be presiding over the case. She has shown extreme bias toward, extreme bias for,
the prosecuting,
basically show
favoritism for the prosecution.
Favoritism for the prosecutor, yes. Like she's allowing certain things to be admitted into evidence that should not have been. There's a couple times when the defense has called for a mistrial because the prosecution has clearly overstepped boundaries and have done things that they should not have, and she's like, "No, I'm just going to tell the jury to disregard that." And they're like, "Baby, they can't forget what the fuck they just saw. What are you talking about?"
They ain't filed a request for new adjudication. They did, and she denied that too.
She's denied so much. She's denied so much. And then the reason why because this is the second time. This is the retrial. The first time she got off, she got off due to a hung jury because of the language that was in the slip that
jury
they had to.
Instructions?
Yeah, the jury instructions. The language. It was very confusing. A lot of jurors didn't know what it was saying. Yeah. That is why it had got the first mistrial because of the hung jury. They were like, we fucking confused. We don't know what the fuck. We don't know what this means. So she beat it. They do it again. And I think I saw yesterday or the day before yesterday, the jury came back like, "Hey, we're confused by the language." And Karen was like, "Okay, what the fuck? Like, y'all doing this shit again?" And her prosecution argued that, can we actually rewrite everything to make it a bit more clear? And of course, the judge said no. So they're like, "Okay, we'll just explain it the best as we can."
Yeah, because it's
my conspiracy theory.
What's yours? What you think?
It's the Jews.
It was the cops in the house.
Oh yeah, it absolutely was.
And maybe Scott was about to snitch and do something with a prostitution ring. Or a child.
Basically, they was in some fuck
shit.
It
was in some shit. Yeah. It was in some shit. And maybe he was getting cold feet or getting scared because he was in it, but then he got like...
Yeah, they trying to loop him into something and they're like,
I got to keep you silent now.
Because what's that called? It's called like the blue shield or blue something. Or
the thin blue line
wall
or some shit?
Yeah, blue wall of silence. Where they basically, the cops protect cops regardless of
different.
That's actually a very good point. I think... I never really considered what it could be. I don't have any illusion to that, but like
I watched enough movies.
I think it's something like that. A part of me also thinks maybe it might be like something like dealings with maybe one of the women who were involved that's not Karen, and maybe a cop is jealous or something. I don't know, but he literally said it was the fact that he said, in my opinion, "Hey, I'm gonna go in first and I'll let you know if it's cool if you could come in." Because if these are your friends and we got invited over here, why the fuck would
I'm coming?
Why the fuck would they not?
They got to discuss they criminality before she get up in there.
Yeah.
Or they was going to kill her too.
Yeah,
and maybe he was just kind of like, "Okay, well, cool. Let me just let her go." And the thing, and they be like, "Nah, she can't go now. She's not supposed to be here." That whole thing. So maybe he was trying to mitigate the situation.
But no, they definitely killed her. I think they killed her. I don't think they expected her to come. I don't think they expected her to come back that morning. I think they were going to kill him. "Oh, we found a body." Call back. "Oh, it was Karen," and that's how all that shit was going to happen.
Yeah.
But
her coming back through a wrench in the thing.
Literally, because at one point they tried to say you. So she was like, "I didn't see him." She's like, "Could I have hit him?" "No, I couldn't have hit him because I saw him walk in that house."
Yeah.
And so some of the women that were involved were like, "She's going crazy, saying she thinks she might have hit him." And I was like, "Oh no, don't say that." But now I'm thinking she probably did. And I'm like, that's why I just really love that fucking medical exam. I was like, why are y'all talking about the damn car?
Was that the lady that was just like, "Well, she didn't hit him, so it didn't happen"?
Yeah. Oh, okay. The question was like, "So you didn't pay attention to anything? It's not relevant. He was not killed by a car. Why would I look at it?" And then he was saying something, the word wrong. She said, "It's called so-and-so." I said, "Oh." Like, she is over it.
Because it's clear as day that it's a cover up. But I think
when they pointed out that when he tried to pull her competency into the thing, and they were like, You've hired her 8 other times for different cases. And she was competent then.
Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
And I personally think it says a lot if they are willing to go ahead and go through this much corruption and do all this for a blonde-haired, blue-eyed white woman to make her take the fall. I'm like, okay, if they're not safe, none of us safe. Like, we are. And it also makes me think about like all the corruption that happens every single day.
Yeah.
With like how
the police force, like, across the board.
I don't trust it. That's why we would ask you, don't we need to have more of us in there to affect some sort of change?
Mm-hmm.
When I was
the corruption
when I was interning in Akron, you could have a black cop, but you know they buddy with the. I'm not
because it's like they're never gonna allow more of us in there than there are of them.
Shady, but like they try to buddy up. Like I was one time in a room, somebody was degrading this black woman to this white man. I'm sitting up here as an intern in college. I said, I know you're not doing this. I know.
It was a black guy degrading the white.
Yes.
To the white, I said, I know you're not doing this.
I'm not a black cop.
I know you're not doing this.
The black cops be worse sometimes.
When I got pulled over coming back from DC, I got pulled over and I thought it was just the one white cop. So he'd come out and I was, I got pulled over and he was like, "You need to pull up your shoulder." I was like, here you go.
That's like the toughest chief. Like I do believe that some cops are extremely horrible because they're trying to buddy up and be.
Very much the O.J. Simpson complex, where it's just like I'm
not one of y'all.
Yeah, I'm O.J. Simpson before I'm black.
I have a badge.
I'm immune. And again, we get pulled over. They pull me with the guy. I guess the partner or whatever was a black guy, and he's the one doing most of the question. Now the white guy, he over here tapping back in the car, like looking in the back seat and stuff, like just weird shit. And I'm talking to the one guy. Y'all know how and he's like, "Yeah, do you know what pulled you over?" I was like, "No, I literally have no clue why you pulled me over. Like I was doing the speed limit thing." He's like, "You turned your signal on for 9 seconds, and then you didn't get over, and then you turned it back on, and then you did get over." And I was like, "Well, yeah, because when I first was going to get over, I was going to get in between those two semis. The distance closed. I didn't have time, so I turned it off. When I felt safe to clear again, I turned it back on, got over." You don't think how that could have been a confusing to the driver behind you?
No, no, because he was doing it all the time where they had like they blinker on for like 15, 20 seconds and don't
forget it's on,
and then they turn it off randomly. And I'm like, I could have passed you a long time ago.
Right, and so I told him, I said, even like if it was confusing, I don't think that would qualify as a hazardous lane change.
I wouldn't call cops. He wasted
I was on the road, yeah.
He wasted my time.
And he started kind of sputtering at the moment, and I'm just like, yeah, like, I apologize, like, what can I do? How should I have done it? Couldn't answer me that question. And then, we're going back and forth this, then what car does smell a bit like marijuana? I did have it in the car. But it's like tucked, I have like underneath here like tucked. So I'm like, you can do a full leg spread down. You ain't gonna be able to get nothing out of me. But so I'm like, rolled up a little bit. And I told the dude, I was like, yeah, I just come from DC. I was visiting my friend for work. He's an account manager down there. So I was, he had to get a new promotion for a job. We went down there to celebrate complete lies. And I said, and we hotboxed in the vehicle before we're there. I said, it's been 4 days. I haven't effectively ventilated it. And that's all he said, okay, marijuana in the car. I was like, no, not a drop. He's like, it'd be better if you shoot straight forward. Then I started getting almost indignant. Because that's always my stance with cops, which, again, could be the last composure. That's what worked out for me. But I always think it seems like they're inconveniencing me by like stopping me from like getting somewhere.
Because they are. They are most time.
And I was like, why would I drive across state lines with marijuana on me? I was like, that's like drinking and driving. Who does that? And he's like, well, I was like, not me, officer. I would never. I said, I'm 2 hours away from home. I just why would I do that? And he's like, okay, well, I'm just, let me just check the rental contract and this, and you'll be about your way. But I literally I say all that to say, the heat he was giving me at the beginning of the conversation with his, obviously more senior white officer with him, when the white officer went back to that car, went way down. I was getting off of the warning, thank God. But the point is the fact that, you feel you have these black individuals in these spaces that, unfortunately, for one reason or the other, I do think some of them are pussy and just don't want to stand up against, being a squeaky wheel. But also, to your same point, they can't because one's still a minority, and two, to me it's like it's reminiscent of like the original slave catchers, where it's like they were still poor whites, and they weren't really that far off from the slaves as far as their like societal standing, but they had this much more over top of them, and their services were just this much more better that they were like, I'm not willing to jeopardize this little bit of extra foot I have in the game for this one little person.
Yeah, corruption total. That is exactly what it is. That's why people be like, oh, well, that doesn't affect me because I don't make less than $10,000 a year. It's about to come your way, bitch. Like you lose that job, you could be.
But no, yeah, I think our top side of the job. When I got put over my house, I was like,
White House is terrible.
I hate
White House. I avoid it altogether. I hate White House.
And the crazy thing is, I had never been pulled over. Like I ain't gonna hold you. I speed down East Broad. We all do. That's
when you told me that, I was like,
yeah, we all do.
White House? No,
I got pulled over because that man thought I had a bag of coke that I
threw out the window. And I said, well, that doesn't make any sense. I remember it was Cinco de Mayo too. I thought he was pulling me over because I had went under that light and it had turned red right as I was under it. And I'm like, shit, he probably gonna breathalyze me. It's Cinco de Mayo. Yeah. I'm like, okay, I did have a couple shots. I'm like, but I should blow under, you know. Mm-hmm. That man was harassing me about a little baggie of white stuff that he saw me toss out the window. I said, I didn't do that.
How sharp are your eyes, officer?
Like, and then he was like, are you sure your window hasn't been down? I said, no. He was like, well, how do I know? I said, well, officer, my window has not been down tonight for two reasons. One, I said, my AC does not work currently. I said, and right now, I'm like, you see how like the window's fogging up and everything? I said, I can't even use the fucking defroster or anything to clear my vision. I said, so these windows are up. They're going to be up. So I was like, and he was like, oh, where are you at? I said, home. He goes, where do you live? I said, right there, because when he pulled me over, I was basically home. I pulled into that goddamn bowling alley. I said, all right, we gonna do that. Yeah. I was like, I put on that. That man was in there. He was like, well, did you see what the car in front of you threw out? I said, no, I wasn't paying attention to what they were doing. He was like, you were driving, you weren't paying attention to the car in front of you? I said, he said that shit, and I said, what are we gonna do? I said, you weren't paying attention. I said, no, I wasn't paying attention. I said, only thing I was looking at were their lights to see if they were going to stop or not, so I don't rear end them. I said, but if you want, I was like, you said tobacco white, so I was like, that's giving coke. I said, I don't do that. I said, if you want, you can drug test me. I said, the only thing that's gonna show up is weed. I said weed and probably some Tylenol that I took the other day. And he was like, oh, you have weed? I was like, yeah, right at home in my apartment. Right over there. Yeah. Where it's legal. That man did not believe me. He dead ass thought I threw it back. He was like, well, I'm gonna go back and get it. I said, please do. Go back and get it. Like, I don't give a fuck. These windows ain't came down. I was black. And the crazy thing is, that's why I said, like, now that's my new 50 and the 30 song. Because I would listen to Get It To Us Gone by Flo. He ain't gonna get it. He ain't gonna. And I'm like, oh my God, you are blowing it. He took all my information, ran my registration, did all that, came back, was like, are you sure? I was like, I don't do coke. I was like, I don't do coke. I said, one, it's outside my tax bracket. I would be broke. I said, two, I'm like, I was like, I would be broke. I said, two, I've never in my life wanted to do coke. I said, that is a habit that I just don't want to pick up.
Like, on top of the financial.
Like,
it's also just not a desire of mine.
It's no. I said, he was like, well, okay, I'll let you off with a warning. But also, I won't let you off with a warning because your passenger headlight is out. I said, he said that shit. I said, okay, well, so is the car in front of me. Why didn't you stop them for that? You have a great night. Yeah, I bet I fucking will have a great night now. I was, ooh.
But it would have been like, baby, I don't even like put my allergy medicine up my nose.
Like dead ass.
I don't know.
I
can't.
Oh, yo, like
the Floje or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
go, and I'd be like,
but you know, the police, they are on one, and like with these bills, I know you talked about how
emboldened.
Like the 150 billion to the military.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they qualify underneath that technically.
Mm-hmm. I think it's funny you said that, and then it also makes you think of how that like they're still actively trying to build Cop City here in Ohio, and that our police are being militarized. They're trying to build Cop City here in Ohio. We stopped it the first time. They had language to like research it, and we stopped it the first time. We was like, no, take that shit out. But now they are still trying to build it here. They're trying to build it honestly not too far from Columbus. They want a cop city here. And I'm like, dead ass, like, y'all trying to militarize the police. And why are they doing it?
For the viewers that aren't aware, and myself, elaborate on a cop city. What is a cop?
So Cop City is essentially will be a huge ass training facility for people who want to become police officers, and it teaches them all types of tactics and different things to do. Not only that, but the tactics that they will be learning and using is the same thing that the IDF, or as I call them, the ODF. What is it called? The IOF. Y'all are not the Israel Defense whatever. Like, bitch, y'all are offensive. Like y'all on the offense.
Yeah.
That's why Iran about to get in y'all ass low key. I hate that for y'all. Ooh, and they about to bring it to us too.
I hate it for us too.
Ooh, Jesus.
We couldn't mind our business.
Because we couldn't mind our fucking business.
Oh.
But essentially it's using like what they have taught, like they have quite literally brought IDF soldiers over here to train police on how to handle protesters and things like that. The tactics they use, yeah. And they're literally building it due to the amount of protests. When like George Floyd and all that shit happened, the amount of protests that came, we said, yeah, no, we're not going for that. Yeah. They were like, oh, okay, well, this is going to be our answer to that. It is a way to suppress freedom of speech, essentially, and to oppress the people.
A small city, just like the troopers do.
Yeah. So it's going to be, they call it Cop City. It's going to be in a city, probably like right outside of Columbus.
Like Chillicothe or something.
Yeah, it'll be huge. And it's going to give them all of the training they need. The training is not going to go past, honestly, if we're going to be on, it's not going past like fucking combat and shooting. Yeah. It's not going past that. These hoes have been getting the same anti-bias trainings and de-escalation trainings for the past 20 years, and all they still do is
kill people.
I feared for my life, so I shot my gun. You feared for your life while the person was running away from you and they were unarmed and literally tripped and fell as they were running? Mm-hmm. But you feared for your life? Okay.
Let's see.
If you're fearing for your life that much, you don't need to be a police officer.
That's all. When I always say that, they do the most mundane things they're fearing their life for. They were aggressive, or they were... Girl, you're a cop.
Because, like, let's be honest, and I always say, let's be real. You get pulled over by police, right? Mm-hmm. Police officers talk to you crazy. Mm-hmm. The fuck are you doing? Da-da-da-da. They swearing at you, cussing, and doing whatever the fuck they want to do to you. The minute you go, okay, what the fuck is your problem?
Respect the badge.
Okay, get out of the car. You're arrested, beating your ass, all because you said the word fuck to them.
That's too bad.
No, literally.
You get on the ground.
If, like, apparently disrespecting an officer is apparently against law. Bitch, no, it's not against the law, bitch.
It's against their ego.
It's like, bitch, if I want to say fuck you, I can say fuck you. Like, dead ass. Don't mean I'm going to beat your ass, but fuck you.
Yeah. And again, I'm not telling anybody how to operate, because I do acknowledge my privilege in certain aspects of just like, there's certain, like, there's, I think I investigate about acknowledges war is like, okay, you have an insight as to how police work, and things that in itself is a privilege, because you almost know like a lot of their like tactics that would normally like sway your average civilian. You'd be like, oh,
I see what you're doing.
You're trying to get me to admit fault, and I won't do that. Like, you have that. Akii, you have the ability to where it's like you can code switch very well, and you also are like very quick in your feet. You're able to like, articulate in a way that, I can't pull the typical nigga car with you. Like, it's like different things that like allow us to maybe not befall the same fate. And it could also too be luck.
Yeah.
Could have just got the right cop on the right day. Sometimes because
you're not as urban as me.
I'm not as urban as him. No, it's true.
I didn't say that. I did not.
You said it the last time.
You did.
You always have
you have an urban line.
You have an urban line,
But you have an urban line. But it's just America.
I do definitely feel like we have to like you said, like telling a cop like when they're overstepping or they're going past certain things. I mean, again, I'm not saying doing anything. This is not legal advice as far as like how you should interact with cops, but I'm just like, yeah, there's a certain level to where it's like let them know. I gotta stop doing that. Y'all gotta let them know to
leave me the fuck alone.
Leave me like I'm.
What the Kai say?
Again, if I was
gonna respect me,
like doing like dumb shit. Like if I'm literally, we can see my you're getting pulled over. We can see my home from here. My lights on in my living room, and you're trying to tell me you ain't gonna just let me walk over there.
No, that it almost gave like when because he kept saying like, oh, I saw the spot. I almost was like, okay, well, let's go to the spot together. I want to see the back too.
So
come on, let's go.
Where'd it go?
Because honestly, it wasn't even the fact that you pulled me over. You accused me of doing coke.
That's disrespectful.
And that's just disrespectful.
That is disrespectful.
I won't stand for.
I will not stand for that. Now, if you said a back wheel, okay, hey,
Okay, was
all
I
right.
speeding?
Yeah.
Did I not use a blinker?
Yeah.
Was that lane change a little quick? You
Hello,
man.
Coke? Did I not use a blinker? Coke, though?
Coke, out of all the things, like
I don't even do hookah.
No, literally.
That's what I'm saying. Like we saw a syringe go out. A syringe?
No,
Oh, now that would be crazy, bitch. You show me. You show me right now.
Run back the tape. You got a little camera, right? Run it back.
I literally told that officer, I was like, I would take a drug test right now and you won't find any coke in my system. Not even a cola.
Hello.
Like,
hello. But yeah,
Right.
America is just
Edo.
going
America?
down.
America has a problem.
Hello, she wasn't lying. She wasn't lying.
Like we have a problem. We're in trouble.
The devil is
Iran
alive.
about to light our ass up, and
honestly,
Iran, they
as much as
Everyone's gonna feel it.
I'm literally like, but I'm also like,
I didn't hear that.
I'm also like, someone has to do it. Like, I would hate to be a casualty in the process.
To
God
be
knows I wouldn't.
honest,
But
if
someone needs
somebody
to
were to do that, I would be like,
I get it.
y'all justified. We
I
are horrible.
get it.
Hey, we are horrible.
We've done so much shit to
I'm
people.
sorry.
It's like the chickens are coming home to roost eventually.
And it's like no other country in the world has U.S. not embassies, but are like bases of our military in every single corner of this planet.
Every single corner.
And we're not the nicest people when
We're
we move into your
You don't-
country.
We're not at all. We're assholes.
We're assholes. We're
I'm surprised
entitled.
it's
We're
taking this long.
250 years. It'll be 250 next year.
Well,
that's a cute run.
That's how long it takes for an empire to fall. Saw what they did to the Roman Empire.
Give or take 5-10 years, we're gonna be right there with the
So
Greeks.
I'm like, hey y'all, this was fun.
And that's why I need to become Swiss before the end of the year.
You know, like, welcome to my bunker. Here you will see.
The lighting is great. There's
It's-
only one bulb. It kind of hangs.
You know,
but it is white, fluorescent.
you know,
Not beige, because if I need to take pictures,
Here's my cot
yeah.
and my table.
Here's my bucket.
yeah.
that I have to empty
my
every
wash
day.
bucket and my toilet.
You know?
I need to go visit my family's bunker, but I have to wait between the hours of 2 a.m. and 4 a.m. because that is when a ceasefire happens.
Right.
They're gonna light our asses up.
And then we have trenches instead of streets.
And I feel like people forget that like wars and things like that happen. And I'll just say this. Here's my controversial opinion about potential World War III. I don't think it's going to play out the same way as it did like World War I or World War II. I don't think it's going to be a bomb against a thing. I think a couple little shoot's going to be around. Don't get me wrong. But I definitely think it's going to be more of a
nuclear.
Not even that. I think it's more going to be like a technological / they're going to impact us either financial system or our ability to like get out contact, our internet, our electric. Like the main things like in our infrastructure that allow us to even be comfortable over here. That's what's going to be it.
Y'all saw that movie produced by the Obamas.
I didn't. What is it called?
Will they leave us or they left or
damn, what
The Last of Us?
not the last?
No,
one.
it's
let me see.
when the world falls or when the day after yesterday.
Obama produced movie.
Netflix.
Day after
Yeah.
day.
It is called
Seems like-
Leave the World Behind.
Yes.
Ain't that Julia Robertson?
Leave the world.
Is that
behind.
her?
It had a lot of those things that it was like, hey, and I don't think they produce any other movies besides
Dang
that.
shit.
They
Said, we're
shouldn't.
trying to warn you. Good luck.
Hello.
And then even like Biden's like final address when he was just like, we are being taken over by an oligarchy.
Literally.
And like, y'all need to wake up because we are no longer being ran by the government. It's being ran by businesses.
But my only issue with Biden saying that is that like it had been happening for some time and we had been known and y'all kept telling us that it was not true. We not fucking stupid.
They
We
was
be
trying to
knowing.
Well, honestly,
I think-
they probably didn't think they was gonna lose.
They didn't think they was going to lose. I
don't
don't think
know
they thought it was
how.
as bad as it is. And I
I
don't
didn't think they was gonna lose.
I
did not think they was gonna lose like that.
after
About to
that
cry.
debate performance, I said it's a chop. They announced
I
Kamala
said it's a chop.
and they announced Kamala. While I would have liked for Kamala to win, and I think she could have possibly won, I knew that it was a good chance we were going to lose just for the simple fact was that we did not have the normal like Democratic primaries. We did not have like the normal like, okay, we get to pick choose like who we want to represent us.
Right.
And on top of that, she did not have enough time for a campaign. She only had 100 days.
Yeah. You said how many days?
100. She had 100 days.
I thought it was like 3 months. Or
yeah. 100 days for a campaign is not enough time, especially when this nigga had really started campaigning again back in 2021. Yeah. And I just want to say to a lot of y'all, some of y'all are also the reason that man's back in the office because y'all romanticized the fuck out of his first term. Talking about they romanticized the fuck out of Trump's first term.
They look at it back with like rose-colored glasses, like they don't remember what was happening then.
They did that, and then also everything that man did, y'all turned to a meme and y'all laughed and y'all posted. Y'all did exactly what they wanted y'all to do.
They also don't realize how policies work. That what you think Biden did is the repercussions of what Trump did. Like, ain't his tax thing over next year?
I think it was
but now that he's
2026.
But they're and that's the thing. Like, y'all were blaming Biden for things that Trump was in charge for.
Right.
And then the things that Biden had put into place, which we'll start feeling the effects of those probably next year a little bit if the Trump and them don't stop them all. Y'all will be say, oh, Trump did this amazing thing. Where it's like, no, baby, that was Biden. Similar to like Obama did all that work to get rid of the bullshit that George Bush did. Everything that George Bush did, that how bad he felt to the economy, Obama got the blame for. He did all the work to reverse that. And then did whatever the fuck he wanted to do after that, which is why we were booming. We were doing pretty well for a minute. Economic-wise, social-wise, all that shit. And then Trump got in office and y'all gave credit to Trump for all of that. He fucked everything up, tanked the economy, did bullshit.
He's actively taking the economy even worse.
Literally, Biden then comes in and y'all blame Biden for everything Trump did. It's like a cycle. Y'all are stupid as fuck. Now,
I never get it because they're just like, eggs are expensive today. It must be the current president's. Do you think what he does today impacts today? Like
immediately?
Right?
No.
Like, are you dumb?
and don't get me, I would say, like, don't get me wrong. I do feel people have the choice to withhold their vote and protest. You can do whatever the fuck you want to do. Yeah. There are tons of people who are Palestinian Americans. They're like, I'm not voting because of how y'all did my fucking family. People lost their. There are people who lost entire generations of their family over there. And I understand y'all not wanting to vote and shit. I get that. Trust me, I do. I do, because I'm like, shit. I mean, I voted, but shit, I'm pissed at what they did too. But I will also say, a lot of y'all, not those folks who did that, but a lot of y'all were just hopping on that bandwagon because y'all thought it made y'all cool at the moment. Y'all thought it did that. And
not like the others.
And some of y'all were so fucking stupid. Y'all were, well, I'll just vote for Trump instead. How fucking dumb are you? Like, y'all did a lot of shit that y'all really did not have the knowledge of. Y'all were just trying to be cool, and y'all fucked a lot of us over.
I think a lot of people think like being contrary is intelligence, and it's kind of like
that's really what it is.
Like, it's like to me, it's like the person that how y'all think is like, oh, I'm this like lone shark, and I'm not like the masses. I'm not a sheep, and it's like, no, you're the person that's driving up the one.
No, literally,
like that does not make you cute.
You're the problem.
You're literally the problem. You're going 80 miles an hour in the wrong direction, talking about like, I'm not like the others. You should be in this aspect. Like, this literally is such a. You're not going to get any brownie points for being contrarian in this moment. And at the end of the day, you being contrarian, what did you gain? What did any of us gain?
Dead ass, because a lot of y'all were doing all that, and then I keep seeing y'all come on here crying about like what's happening, and I'm just looking like,
what's happening is what we told you was going to happen.
We told you this would happen. Now, I would say that y'all be saying like the concentration camps, you know, the detention centers, all that. That shit was still happening under Democrats. You're right. It was still happening under Democrats, and they were wrong as fuck for it too. However, it has never been to this level. They were not literally standing outside a fucking elementary school snatching kids. There's a
Home Depot.
Yeah, like they were not doing that, and they weren't, like, as I just heard on the radio, Trump told them all to like focus on Democratic, like primarily Democratic states and cities and stuff.
It's targeted.
It's 100%. Targeted, and y'all are so fucking stupid. We told y'all this would happen, and y'all told us to kiss y'all ass because y'all
2024.
Because there's no such thing as a lesson of two evils, and I promise you there is. There will always be a lesson of two evils. I would rather take a cuss out by my father than an ass whooping from my mama. on any day. Like, dead ass. If I got in trouble when I was younger, I'm like, okay, do I get yelled at by my dad or do I get my ass whooped by my mama? I'm gonna go get yelled at by my daddy because that will be, I'm still gonna be a little hurt. I'm still gonna cry, but shit, I ain't gonna have no Welch now. I'm good. Like, y'all fail to realize that, and we
want better for you.
We do. We really
I wish you
did.
all the worst.
So like, yeah, nah. Y'all talk about, Kamala would have did the same thing. No, Kamala would not have done the same thing.
Like, let's be serious.
Kamala would not have done the same thing. Just like how y'all was on her ass, like, oh, she gonna lock everybody up for smoking weed when we found out.
And here he is locking everybody up for existing.
Like, dead ass for existing. There are people who have quite literally been disappeared who are legal and permanent citizens, and not only are they legal, not only are they just like taking the illegal, they're attacking immigration as a whole because they're literally attacking people's legal status. They're taking their legal status away from them and then disappearing them.
Student visas,
all of that. And when I say disappear, there's a reason why people are saying disappearing people. We're not saying deported, we're saying disappearing. Deported means you get sent back to where you actually came from.
Like, we can't track you.
We can't find you. We can't track you. They're deporting you to a country we have no idea. I still don't think we got that man back that's from the DMV. Mm-mm. And we know we're not gonna, because I'm pretty sure he's dead. And I hate that, but I'm pretty sure he's dead.
Yeah, we have to call a spade for real. And it's
wasn't it Venezuela?
Venezuela or Guatemala, one of the
two. And the guy was like, we're not giving him back. And Trump was like, we can't get him back. Okay. But this is the same man as the most powerful leader in the world who can get whatever he wants. Okay.
And fuck your birthday, nigga. Because I really glad nobody showed up to that bitch.
Y'all said y'all expected 200,000 people and only 10,000 showed up. I'm happy. I said, apparently a lot of people was just like reserving seats and shit just to not show up purposely. And I said, yeah, we should do that more often. Them squeaky ass tanks and all. Like, there was not a cheer in the crowd. There was not a flag waving.
It's still fuck Melania, but like, I'm sorry, she be funny as hell to me sometimes behind that man. Where she was like, walked up with him, was like, okay, give your speech, give it a little smirk. Oh, literally, her energy almost gave like, as she's like walking off stage, and I'm like, I just love that she hates him as well. I hate her, but like, I hate them both. But
whoever was it, Hochul? You said you were a proud Democrat. Yeah, I did. Is that illegal now in your country? Marjorie said, this is not a laughing matter. I said, nobody's laughing. She was very serious.
She was straight up. She was asking a legitimate question.
I love people like that. Even though I don't like her, but...
Yeah. Is it Zoran in New York who's running for the New York City mayor, I believe? Zoran or whatever. I think that's his name. I wish you all of the luck. I am rooting for you. If I was in New York, I would fucking vote for you. Why? Because fuck Mayor Eric Adams. He's trash.
I hate that man.
Fuck that man for life.
And honestly, it's still borderline fuck Gavin Newsom, but I do appreciate you.
You know, it's like, I don't like your ass either.
I've been following that TikTok. You've been whacking the piss out of Trump. He knows where to find me. I'm right here. Come here, tough guy.
With the New York,
harass me.
They asked the New York, like the folks running for mayor in New York, they asked the candidates, do you believe the Israeli Jewish state has the right to live? Would you go to Israel? Baby, I'm running for mayor in New York. Why the fuck are you asking me about Israel? That makes no
those continents don't meet.
Like, literally, and they're doing, and they're literally doing it because, again, we have to be submissive to Israel apparently now. But well,
I'm not dying for. I don't qualify for the draft.
Me either. And if
Flatfoot bitch.
And if y'all were to somehow change the rules to be like, oh, you guys have to go. Guess who's still not going? My black ass. Throw me.
I quite literally will take jail. Like, I'm so sorry. Like,
I honestly would go out in a blaze of glory.
Balenciaga,
like dead ass, like the fuck. I'm not doing it.
Cause like
Janaya, what?
Literally,
she's dead.
Oh my god.
But yeah.
Well, guys, we're gonna take our little summer hiatus. We're very excited to get back to everybody within this upcoming year. We don't have a definitive as far as like when we'll be getting back to everything, but excited for just honestly just some time off and just being in like we'll definitely have a tighter schedule and everything. We'll come back better than how we've come every year, just greater and just doing more things. So thank you all for rocking with us. One second though.
Every couple of months, y'all love to bring up the topic of vocal Bible. This is what I want to tell y'all, and I want y'all to listen very well, very closely.
Out, y'all.
That was given to her 20 years ago by the people in the industry. That was not some random fan saying she's vocal Bible. Everybody has already said, oh, that's Brandy, that's Brandy, that's Brandy. Y'all bringing up Beyonce all the time, too skilled. I would say top 10 of all time vocalists. It's not going to hurt you to just not listen to Brandy or just leave Brandy alone. You know, if I don't care for, I don't see it for Taylor Swift. I don't listen to her. When she drops
like
stuff.
4 songs in her rotation that I've heard you listening to.
Let's be serious. Let's be serious. But if you don't like her, just stop. But every couple of months, y'all want to tweet, I don't know why y'all get Brandy so much. She overrated. She not all that. She can't sing. Da, 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 da. Come on now.
They always do.
Come on now. And it's irritating and it's late.
It is.
Bitch.
And while you at it, leave Aaliyah alone too. Shit, let that girl rest.
Y'all should have been left her
alone.
alone. And leave Whitney alone. God damn.
Shit, y'all always bring her up. Why is it that we can celebrate? While we at it, I just find it funny how everybody, you know, Selena's people celebrate her. You know, the Latinas, they love them some Selena. They give her credit. They give her things.
Selena.
But they give them their thing. They give her things. The white folks give Kurt Cobain and Amy Winehouse their things. But for some reason, when it comes to Aaliyah, y'all always be like, I don't know. The girl just was trash. She wasn't all that. They only like her because she died. Yada, yada, yada. Why is it that we can never celebrate our people? We don't celebrate Aaliyah enough. We don't celebrate Whitney enough. Y'all still make coke jokes and stuff about Whitney. Y'all still make death jokes about Aaliyah.
Y'all still make jokes about Tina Turner. And I don't know how many times she had to tell y'all she don't like that scene in the movie that y'all keep thinking is so fucking funny.
Literally.
Y'all be reenacting it, and she's literally just like, hey, so like that kind of was like one of the worst days of my life.
Oh, shut up, girl. That's funny.
Like, look, bitch. So yeah, I just think, you know, black people, derogatory, by the way. Take a look at yourselves. Take a look at yourself. Do some reflecting and ask yourself,
be a better person.
Why do I hate my own?
Let me count the ways.
And leave Sabrina Carpenter alone too. That's for the white people.
Right, that's him alone. Although I like her, but yeah.
He's cool.
But yeah, that's all I had to say.
All right. Well,
I'm not gonna give the exit again. So
thank y'all for joining. We love y'all. We will see y'all soon.
over and out.